who told me he was holding this south of 8. I told him to pack his patience because this one was an ascending wedge, flat top break pattern. It ended up manifesting into 821. Look for an 815 clearance here. WEN looking good. And last, I lied. One more. BlackBerry. That's the one we're still holding. 1246 high. Almost got into that $0.50 area. Wasn't quite able to clear it. This is the first 20 EMA pullback by BlackBerry on the day. Correction. There was one here at 1040 and 1045. Other than that, it's been green support all throughout. This is the deepest it's made since deepest pullback since about 1045. So be on the lookout there. And then SDOT, SDOT Katina, man. This one's closing in on $40 again. It's been a bamboozler though. Probably broke a lot of hearts once it lost $40. But SDOT has been one that we've been talking a lot about lately. It's been showing up on the scanners a lot. I hope everybody has a fantastic afternoon. See everybody tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Joey and Sean, that away.
Man, Joe, you're putting in the work today, boy.
All week, man.
How was the midday? It was good, eh? It was
of course.
A couple good trades in there. We got breaking news, but we're short and long. You can look at the bottom to see our positions. What's up, Dara?
Supermicro computer in focus here. SMCI pushing lower. Supermicro office reportedly raided as Taiwan's expanding its chip smuggling probe. So again, SMCI woes continue. Apparently their office is raided as Taiwan continues to probe chip smuggling. SMCI to the downside. Back to you.
I hear Sharif laughing over there. I mean, he never seemed to get out of the way of SMCI these days. We can have a quick little look there. I am short Palantir and long on SpaceX. Going back and forth with this SpaceX today, my guy. Yeah, there's SMCI on that news story all the way down to 229. They're repairing the floor and everything in the background. So if you do hear something like that, that's what's going on, and it ain't great. It's pretty loud. So we apologize for that and appreciate all. Hopefully you can't even hear it, so it's okay. But hopefully I'll be able to hear Joe sitting right beside me now. But there it is, downside move there for SMCI. Supermicro office has now been raided. Never a great time as Taiwan expands their chip smuggling probe. Bang. As we go on Palantir, look what Palantir does. It goes all the way up to VWAP. We say thank you, come again. Nice move to the downside right there now, as we're nicely in the money now, 50 cents. And by the way, it's SpaceX time. And SpaceX does the infamous break and fake and we take, and there it goes all the way back up there to the upside. So let's wait to see there as we climb SpaceX back there to the upside. SpaceX going to be my P&L number 1 today. Okay. And that's because, oh, hey, Joe, what's going on? That's because we do have short into here, lost on the first short, made, got stopped out. And then we just long as we break above 160 as we listed it on our note today. So we're going to go SpaceX. We're going to go Palantir, and just trying to get out a little bit more here of Palantir. We'll punch some more out as we're at that 200 period moving average. And yeah, I don't know about you, Ken, but I can barely hear myself think at this time. But we want to welcome everybody back, and we're going to go over a whole.
I was going to say it was a good day for the hearing aid to have died. I can hear it, but barely.
I honestly, is there a way I can even turn Adara up in my ear? Because I can't even hear her right now. But thank you, Adara. Basically they're replacing some of the flooring on the other side. And they've got this huge grinder going on right now. But it's SMCI right now. That might be the talk of the town here in the afternoon. Getting raided there, the Taiwanese government going in, trying to figure out what's going on there. I guess they want to see some information. There it is right there, raided in Taiwan, as they look for this chip smuggling probe as that continues. Not the probe that any of us want these days. No. And you don't want to get your office looked at. I mean, I think the office there, it's probably fine. I mean, you gotta, I don't know. Did we even know? Adara, was SMCI under like investigation or this kind of out of nowhere?
So yeah, it was being investigated here for probes into chip smuggling. We had already kind of heard that. This Taiwan probe, unclear if this is related. We know that there was also that probe with regards to NVIDIA chips specifically being smuggled. I would guess this is related. If I get more details, I'll let you know. But all we know, this is coming from Bloomberg, and it is suggesting the company's office was raided as the chip smuggling probe continues. This is the latest kind of round of SMCI investigations. I believe this was reported on. It was one of the days that I was off, so it was either February or May, but that was when this kind of began here for SMCI. I think February 20th.
All right, let's go. There we go, Katina, man. What yeah, we're
Are you short?
Oh, yeah, my boy. There we go.
When did you punch short? Just now? Yeah, I like that. I didn't even see you in it. I like that trade right there. I like that trade.
SMCI 28.82.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Just like that. What did we hit? Almost the dollar club. Hey, listen, we were waiting for that pullback.
Should I hit it?
We're in that bad boy.
Let's go.
There it is, SMCI, probe never good, looking for the continuation to the downside.
Go straight to jail, do not pass go.
Do everything right away, straight to jail. There it is, a nice little move. Katina, man.
Yo, tell me you play Monopoly. You know, you love Monopoly.
Of course.
They're not even pass and go.
They're going directly straight to jail. What kind of guy are you going after, like Park Place and?
Yeah, I don't mind building. I don't mind building like the middle.
Okay, you like
getting
like
the
middle
New York,
whatever
those were. Yeah, the
New York Avenue,
New York Avenue, Indiana Avenue, those red ones. I like the red properties.
Okay.
Orange properties.
Orange properties. The green is.
We're talking monopoly strategy here.
Yeah.
Slums. Brown and blue, and that's how you win.
You're the slums and the green.
Yeah,
obviously, think about own the railroads.
Yeah, the only rail. I mean, if you own the railroads, you own the whole.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You get everything involved, so that's the way you want to go. So, Adair, you like the greens? Okay. Oh.
No, the slums, the light blue.
The light blue. Yeah,
also,
the brown.
anyone who plays Monopoly with me, I have all of the rents on all of the properties memorized without houses and hotels, so I'm very easy to play with. I can just.
Okay, well. Yeah, we're never playing with Adair, so that's it.
That's probably not going to happen.
Great game, Monopoly. The fact about Monopoly is there's so many different ones. There's Star Wars Monopoly.
Yeah, that's the cool thing. Have you played Monopoly Go?
No, but isn't that on the app?
No, it's the card game of it. So it's just like straight cards, and it's so competitive.
Fun?
So instead of playing hours and hours of Monopoly Go is like 10 to 15 minute games.
Yeah, I like that.
And they're so heated. They get so heated.
Sure, I'd ask you to go on Amazon to pick it up for me, but
we're not a Prime member. Exactly.
Okay, so I'll maybe pick that up on Amazon over there. But yeah, Amazon's not going straight to jail today.
No.
Amazon's had a really nice day, up 3.5%, now underneath VWAP. I think the market's due for a little bit of a fall down here, but I don't know if that is the case. I mean, up 2.5%, well, 2.25%. I never want to fight the trend. Oh, Sean Katina, hey, what's up? What's up, Tisha there? Next daily level, is there even a level on SDOT? All right, let's look. Thank you, Tisha, for that. I mean, we always appreciate all of the action that we get here on the Super Chat land. All right, let's go. Let me call it up here on the chart. $43 for SDOT. Yeah, I guess so. Here a second. Let me go into let's go to a weekly chart, Tisha. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, it was just split so much, so we're not going to get much love here on a weekly chart because of all the splits. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit here. Yeah, you're not far off. That's $90 right there. You've had a bunch of splits. You split 20 for 1 right here back in May. So these levels do exist because this is split adjusted charting. So yeah, you're right. Right there, actually, Tisha, good call. The 200 period moving average 56. So I think your 63 level is right up here. I don't mind that look, but I don't mind it right into here at 55 for SDOT, as that is having themselves a day again, another mover. The only thing is, don't get caught with all this. What is this? I mean, the story, Adara or all with SDOT? Not sure. You have more than a second. But yeah, that was a runner from last week. You know, definitely up to down to $7. They had a nice move. They pulled back. Now it's Rip City again on SDOT. So have a quick look if you guys are involved with SDOT. Thanks, Tisha, for that one. It does look like it's an interesting.
I'm not seeing anything on this SDOT here, guys. Apparently, like the circuit breakers or whatever here. Yeah, it moved last week. It moved this week.
Find out the
not
short
seeing any
flow.
details. I guess a couple Wednesdays ago is when it started after they closed their acquisition of Venera Consulting. That's over 2 weeks ago now.
I think the one thing we have to learn about, and Shreve just mentioned about it last week, is that, you know, some of these names are going to keep on going. Like right there, its short float is only 1 million, 10% short, probably getting added to that right now. You know, some of these companies here, this is SATIT Group. So, you know, we go down, you can find out some of the news, you know, from last week. Statement, why is it up? Halted, why is it up? So there's a bunch of different stories here. Regardless of whatever the story is, the important thing is to keep on remembering that these stocks, they do have legs. And if people get caught short on them, they tend to blow up. And I mean, it's 1 million shares outstanding. It's done 8 million shares today. So SDOT continues to work north side right now for this name. So we'll have to wait to see what winds up happening. $44, a nice little pullback there. But yeah, I just looked at it for you there. I thought 55 was its 200 period moving average, Tisha. So that's sort of where I would be looking to maybe get some out, and we'll figure it out from there. But that's one little thing there. Oh, good, I helped. Ooh. So as my parents get older, you don't have this problem yet because you're still a young guy.
What do you mean?
Well, your dad's old, right?
No, my dad's 20 years older than me.
20 years
But my grandma's
older.
getting old.
Oh, grandma, no, I'm talking about parents.
Yeah, but my grandma
is older.
Yeah.
Anyways, I introduced my mom and dad to this app, Jiffy app. So it's where you can.
Yeah, the Jiffy. Yeah, of course, man. It's on the radio all the time.
Exactly. So I use it all the time. Like, my laundry machine is broken. Call them up.
Up on the Jiffy
things like that. It's just basically what it is. Well, you guys, it's like Service Titan.
Yeah.
You guys have it there, TTAN, Service Titan. So, anyways, she's on the app. It's really easy. We went over there for Father's Day.
Yeah.
They wanted to get some roof repairs. So I was like, she's like, man, the roofing company's not phoning me back. I'm like, the roofing company.
Later to those guys.
Let's just get rid of those guys. Let's get on this app. So we downloaded the Jiffy app. We logged in. We put that we needed some help, blah, blah, blah. Within honestly 10 minutes,
the guy was there.
2 contractors, sliding in the DMs, giving quotes and, asking when can we come over and see it. So they came over the next day and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so she's ready to book it, but now she can't figure it. She can't put in her credit card number. But she's smart. Like, she's fully capable of doing it. Like, she hasn't lost her ways, like her, she can figure it out. But she's like, oh yeah, the cognitive functions, and the abilities there. But she's like, I'm putting in the credit card. It's only showing half the credit card. But the thing is, Joe, when I got her phone, she has Samsung S8, which I guess is a bit old. But she has it zoomed, like she has the text settings to old person. They're ballooned. Right. So it's like she's looking down, and I'm looking at her phone. I have to scroll through. I have to
zoom out.
So I'm like, you have to zoom. You have to figure out the settings on your phone. And so apparently she's done it. And I just got the message there. It worked. She's telling me.
Funny. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Funny story about Jiffy. I heard one time, just over the radio or something. So it's winter time, and this guy's like, "Hey, I injured myself. I need my driveway shoveled." So he hops on the Jiffy app.
Yeah.
The Jiffy guy shows up, but has nothing. He's like, "Yeah, I got to use your shovel."
What?
Yeah. He didn't have any tools. I remember one time I ordered I got a cleaning lady because I was just like going through this super lazy spurt where I'm like, hey, I didn't want to do as much cleaning. So I hire these cleaning ladies and they come there and they're like, yeah, where are your cleaning products?
What? You gotta read the fine print there.
Yeah, I'm like, what is going on here? But
Ooh.
Apple
introduced iOS 26.6. Okay. I mean, as long as Apple, they gotta do something with Siri, right? And so I think that if they can, the noise has stopped.
Yeah, for now.
It almost seems eerily quiet now. We can almost hear each other think around here. No, look, Apple today was a good stock early, right? Wasn't it? And then the whole market was an interesting one early there. It was actually a good one to the short side. We actually talked about Apple earlier today and, the reaction that it's had to different stock prices and whatnot moving forward. And, Apple's had that bounce off of VWAP pretty clean. Like, we touched VWAP, this is on a 1 minute chart today. We touched VWAP right there at 12, and then we just grabbed it again right there at 2, and now you're falling back down in. I don't think this is going to be a needle mover for them. What we're waiting for is actually waiting for stories to hit on Apple as far as what are people thinking about the new versions. And then we have the big problem with the memory cost, right? I heard you and Sharif talking about that earlier today, right? What about this memory cost there for Apple and what that means? So there we go. I was going to say, I don't know if I can remove it, but I just did. There goes that story. Before we go over anything else, I covered a lot of this. Palantir just bounced off the 200 period moving average. For me, it's got to break that. So I actually have about a third left on what we had initially. Let me let that roll now. We were always going to get stopped out at 117. So the order to get stopped out is at 117. We just went short at 80s. So, that's a 20 cents or so as we get stopped out. We just took 116. Our best outs, let's just call them 35s, 30s, 20s, 25s down there. So we were able to sort of take a 2-to-1, at most sometimes 3-to-1 maybe on that. But now you're starting to get back up there to the upside here on Palantir. So I'm not going to reload this one. I'm going to wait to see what winds up happening at 117. Say that again, Andre. I missed that one. Okay. Oh, good. We're going to go to the dare on the wall. And then just quickly that, and then SpaceX. So we're not $1 in the money.
How many?
We're not $2.
Oh no.
I don't have a 50-cent thing.
Oh.
But maybe we're in the club.
Maybe we need to make one.
Maybe we're in the club.
You know what the 50-cent one?
If we say we're in the club, that's 50 cents. Because 50 cents in the club.
Okay, that's fair, man.
You know,
right, we're in the club.
It's my
Okay, yeah,
birthday.
that's good. That's
in
good.
the club.
But not the dollar club though. That's VIP.
This is $2.50. It's
right.
we're in. Yeah.
Oh.
Adara, one of our favorite segments. Yeah. Something about the chart window and something about the wall. So let's go back over to the wall and figure out. And there goes SpaceX now, almost $3.
Oh.
Let's go back over to Adara.
Shout out to Inda Club, great song here. And we're going to transition to talk about this segment, which is named after a different rap song from the same era, To the Window, to the Wall, where I pull up a chart window for one of these infographics and we look at it on the wall. Let's talk about Comcast. So CMCSA, we have not talked too much about today. We mentioned it during the rundown. It was near the top of our watch list today, our free Trader TV Live watch list, but it wasn't discussed too much, and I found this to be really interesting. So basically CMCSA, in case you missed it, they're going to be doing a little spinoff. So Comcast splitting up here. You're going to keep Comcast as one of the companies. You're also going to have the NBC, Universal, and Sky as a separate entity. That'll include Telemundo, Universal Studios, et cetera, et cetera. So a lot of the entities going over to that side of things. One of the CEOs of these new companies is going to be Mike Cavanaugh, so former co-CEO of Comcast. I believe he's the one who's going to Universal, or the NBC Universal rather. And then Comcast CFO, Mike Angelakis, I believe is the name. He's going to be going to become the new CEO of Comcast. So that's basically a rundown here of the spinoff catalyst. Comcast initially loved this news, but they gave back a lot of the move. Now, what's fascinating here is their revenue. I made this infographic to kind of, commemorate the spinoff for Comcast. But what I noticed here, 2014 annual revenue, nice steady uptrend. Uptrend becomes steeper starting in 2017. And then, like a lot of companies, 2020, we do have a bit of that decline. It would be really odd to necessarily directly attribute this to the pandemic unless spending declines. But either way here, we did get that drop in 2020. We recover in 2021, and then revenue completely stagnates for 4 straight years, from 2022 to 2025. They're currently in fiscal 2026, I believe, about to report Q2 2026. So interesting look here for CMCSA. Let's see if the spinoff helps their revenue spin back to the upside. On the real, I've said this a lot, I'm a massive NBC, specifically Law and Order fan, so I'm very curious to see what they do here, because Peacock is going to be also part of the spinoff, spreading its wings over to join the NBC Universal and Sky spinoff. As we get details, we'll let you know. But in the meantime, you can find this infographic on X at TTV Research. And that was today's segment of To the Window, to the Wall. Now back over to Sean and Joe.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Adara. Yeah, we were talking about that with Comcast as well. I have a sticky note. I'm just treating this right here. I'm putting it out for everybody there just to see the kind of trading that we've done there on SpaceX. We were short early, and then now we're long late. We just got a 161 fill there on SpaceX, which is kind of what we were celebrating as we threw it back over there to Adara, and now it's coming back in. So celebrating a little early, but it doesn't matter. We emptied out a lot of the clip up there as we kept on going. I mean, we got those highs of 160.50 a couple times. Then we got the 161 there. It all started with the 160 break, and then we only got a piece out. We had to average in. So we didn't wind up making as much money on this move as it actually looks like, because we did take a piece there, but then we put on basically half unit there, half unit in total here to give us 1 unit or so right back to the upside on SpaceX. Let's hold that one until we break back below 158, okay? That's what we're gonna do there for SpaceX. We're gonna let this one sort of, fester down at these levels. I like the stock there. It's SpaceX, and we did cover a little bit more of our Palantir. We will get going on that one. I did want to quickly go over this NVIDIA trade. So you had a great one there today, picking up near these lows, and you said to me, like, have you looked at the TQQs?
Yeah, that was the Qs. I grabbed the lows.
Oh, the Qs. Sorry.
I was long at the VWAP area.
Yeah. Well, NVIDIA kind of fell through there. We were, I think, trying to go long on this 193 area into the lows of the day. Once that breaks, right, we got to give it up. You can't, if you don't give up something when a key level breaks, like the low of the day, sure, sometimes they can hold and you look like an idiot because it goes down 20 pennies and then it absolutely rips your face off. But sometimes this happens, and you could have always gotten back in when we retook that level. What I actually wanted to highlight right here was 195. You had a problem going through 195 there. So it's not a battle back for NVIDIA today, not the same way it has been for Marvell. No. Marvell's $20 off the bottom. and still going higher. Now up 3%. Marvell was down 5% today. Everybody was like, what the hell is going on with this stock? And same thing for me. I was like, hey, look, man, I'm a Marvell shareholder, and I don't like to see these kind of things. What they just release a new movie or something?
I know.
These jokes aren't going over that well.
We get it.
Yeah. Because, the Marvel movie or the Marvel movies
Yeah.
aren't going over that well. But anyways, of course, this is a chip name. But yeah, Comcast CMCSA. I got to go back on vacation. I've only been back for half a day.
I know.
But no, honestly, that was a good move. As Adair said, they've given it back up today. I think spinning that off makes sense. The cable companies, as Adair was waiting to see what was going to happen with NBC Universal and so on and so forth, Peacock and whatnot. Streaming is one thing, and I don't like linear cable, the old style. Like, I'm not even sure that many people actually have cable anymore. So I think the fact that you're going to have different streaming engines like the Peacock, that's going to be good, and that allows them to also potentially be bought out. I mean, we've seen a name like Netflix, Warner Brothers, Paramount. All of these names go through quite a year, right? I mean, and now Netflix can't even seem to get out of its own way, as that gets all the way down here to the downside. So I don't, if all of these properties, Netflix does have their own IPs, Stranger Things and whatnot. There's a few different names out there.
Yeah, the Netflix originals.
Originals, yeah, that's what we're looking at. So, I think there's some Squid Game stuff and yada yada.
Yeah, that's classified as an original, I'm pretty sure.
So I think that there is some value to all of this. But Comcast, man, that's kind of on a island by its own right now. Nice move higher there. We'll see if we can get back upside. I mean, I think a lot of people are maybe trying to get back up into 31, 32 bucks. We start the day up there, but it doesn't look like we're going to end the day, as we had a nice little wick higher there on Comcast to start the day. But I was just looking for some other halters there. TPTS, no, that's not it. SDOT is probably the one that's going to next halt, I would think. Here with big moves today. It's starting to go a little lower. We did get that message from Tisha earlier about SDOT and trying to find out what was going on over there. Micron, actually, wow, what a battle back for Micron. The minute you short these things, I think it was Sharif was saying, like, you don't want to short NVIDIA, and I think it was more talking about your long-term portfolio. I would say that's also true for Micron. Absolutely. I mean, what was down today is now, like Micron, what a great day trading stock, though. This thing goes from 11.30 to 10.20. This thing goes down $105 to go right back up $105. And now it's looking like, I mean, I might short this.
That's crazy.
Is it though? I mean,
no, I don't think
against these tops. So the thing about it is, I do agree with Joe and even my own sentiment here that it is kind of sometimes crazy to short different names. But if you do have outs, it's like I thought maybe to short SpaceX was a little nuts, but then we made money on it, we punched out, and now we're long, right? So you can always change up your mind. But wow, what a great day for Micron. What a great day for the battle back. And we even talked about it, right? Dump all of these names and just buy the SMH. I mean, then you don't have the single stock risk. Look at SMH today, man. Again, down 3 or 4% to up 3 or 4% and still wants to go. This name adds $40 from the top to bottom as well. So that's going to be a good one. Names like Meta, Microsoft, you have to, the problem with buying individual names is there's so much headline risk to the individual decisions that these corporations are making. Like, what if Microsoft has to go out and raise money? What, like Google did. And Google got hit for that, right? I mean, Google was cruising, then they needed $80 billion. And it's been from $400 down to $340. Do we still like the stock? Hell yeah. And we're actually buying these dips into $350. But that's kind of the risk, right? I mean, Meta has the same kind of problems. But did you see Tesla today?
Yeah, big time run.
Tesla, 409, like, when's the last time? And I kind of say this, and it's probably happened last week, but 7, 8, 9% moves, that's great. That's a great single day move here for Tesla, taking it all the way back up into its 50-period moving average. So this is what I mean. It's like a stock picker's paradise. Yeah. And it's like, it's win or loss. Like, you make a move and it can either be disastrous or you look like a genius.
Exactly.
On a day like today with Tesla.
I mean, what we're starting to see is SpaceX and Tesla really starting to cross some paths here now, Sean. So we can see the stock climbing higher. What a recovery here on SpaceX. You told me
SpaceX was all about
they're looking to get involved with a mobile phone market, right? With Verizon and alongside Verizon and AT&T. Now, the street likes it right now, But when the numbers start getting crunched and what Elon has to do to actually produce a mobile phone, I think that'll be a little bit different of a narrative, especially with the earnings. We get to see the fundamentals of the company. But to add to Sean's point, that's why I'm trying not to hit the panic button on NVDA and other names, is because buy the dip in strong ones and you can see them recover. Okay, we sending things off to Adara. All right, let's see what we got.
The headline on the screen, you guys can see it there as well, but just be aware here, guys. AAPL and Watch, apparently they're concerned that there is a leak of iPhone 18 Pro documents on the dark web. Now, this is because I guess there was a breach of Tata Electronics data. Now, apparently that data included lists of suppliers, parts, and photos of the 18 Pro. So, again, some concerns here about breaches and leaks for the iPhone 18 Pro is connected to the breach of Tata Electronics data. Back to you.
I mean, Micron, I think that could be a good play, to be honest with you. And I mean, am I going to be buying some more NVDA? It depends. If it sells at a solid premium and at a discount. But if I'm going to get involved with some newer names, which I plan with every intention to do so, it's going to be the DRAM. I wanted some ETF exposure to the tune where we just don't have what Sean was just talking about, that individual stock risk, right? Like, and it also gives you exposure to some other names. Like DRAM, you get SK Hynix and Samsung, names that you may not have exposure to in the Western markets. Oh, okay, all right, see what you got going on. So, sell the news, Joey. That's what I'm saying. That's honestly what I'm saying when it comes to SpaceX. I don't think that's starting a new cell phone business, especially when people are already so heavily integrated into their ecosystems, whether it be Google, Apple, Samsung. It's going to be hard to sway consumers, even though there's people who love Elon, to sway consumers to say, hey, hop onto this new technology, hop onto this new phone, which, I mean, I think we're kind of getting the feels we don't necessarily know, but between Sam Altman and Johnny Ives, these guys are coming out with a physical product. What is it going to be, right? So I think there's a lot of things and a lot of questions that need to be answered, but I don't think bringing out a mobile phone is going to be the be-all or end-all to SpaceX.
Yeah, that would be an interesting look. I mean, I think that's part of the reason why maybe SpaceX is starting to rally a bit.
Yeah,
because we can't wrap our head around like where the profits are going to come from, right? We easily understand how you make money with cell phones, and so on and so forth. But we have something interesting to talk to you guys about right now, and that is the campus program is back on. So if you're ready to become a real trader, our next training cohort is just around the corner. And this time we are expanding our reach. If you live outside of the United States, now is your chance to apply and join our program. You'll be trading U.S. equities during regular market hours, so be sure you're available for the continuous U.S. session. And if you are, get this link right now. This program is carefully designed to help you master market microstructure, different marketplaces and venues, order types, execution, professional versus retailer, and versus retail and amateur approaches. The space is limited, so don't wait. Apply now and take your trading skills to the next level with our Real Trading training program at campus. So if you are located outside of the United States, you are eligible for that. It is the same software we're using, shorting, curated lists to trade with, great training, similar guys. I mean, we've had Wayne on the show before.
Wayner, yeah.
You're going to get training from guys that, even that we've trained. So hopefully that works out for everybody. But go fill it up right now. Scan that QR code that you saw on the screen. Get the link in the description. Or go to realtrading.com and click on the campus program. So I want to thank everybody for doing that. If you have a second, go give it a shot there. If, of course, you're located outside of the United States. So thank you to everybody over there for helping me find that ad. I couldn't find it there for a minute, but what is lost is now found.
Yeah.
We covered a little bit more at Palantir down there at 30s.
Nice.
So that was a little bit of a good trade there. And the SpaceX thing is just kind of hovering around, man. I mean, we were able to get that 161. Now it's bouncing off the 50 period. I still do like the long. And then we said that maybe it was a little crazy to short Micron up there. Was it?
Ooh.
I mean, it would now be about $7 in the money.
Oh,
as we're starting to get a little lower right now in Micron, as that's starting to bleed. right back into the downside. And the thing is that when you get that kind of a retracement back, you're still down 1%, right? It's still negative against the market. If this market does fall, Micron will fall with it, and that's exactly what's happening. And for me, instead of waiting for some of these lines to sort of formulate, like, it would have to be basically a break of the 200 period to really solidify the short. So I think if you're being a little more conservative, wait for that 109 break or so to the downside. But I just felt like for risk to reward, when we were talking about it, it was at 11.29, and that, you know, with a stop at 11.30.50, like, you know, that's $1.50, $2 worth of risk. To get it all the way back down here, you know, that's already a big reward. So you may want to cover if you did put a little bit on there, but again, you know, up to you to see what you want to do. But there's Micron with a nice little pullback into some range. Yeah, I'm still looking to see if anything's going on there. SDOT has been a mover here this afternoon, $38. We'll see if that can hold off of the 200 period moving average. We'll continue to look to see if there's any super chats that we missed. Make sure you do get into all of this. You know, get into the chat right now. As Joe was talking to you guys about interactive brokers and so on and so forth, we try to answer questions. Make sure you tag us so that we can see them. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and get into our chat ASAP as we look for some more opportunities right now.
Yeah, man. What do you think? What do you think about SMCI right here?
Oh yeah, that's right. That was
like,
the one.
Dude, listen, like, hey man, it is what it is. It's just one of those days where you're a little bit hot, and I wasn't expecting it this morning, but that's what we got to do, is just come in here and expect the least expected. And we're fortunate enough to do what we have done today. Sean, I don't have a losing, I'm not even going to say it. It's already too late. It already half came out my mouth. But anyways, what I'm saying here is there going to be a good reload opportunity? So we take that first short, initial move lower, bang, we get the reload here, boom, stopped out, break even once again. Now I'm waiting for price action to curl over. What I do believe is that we're going to have a liquidity breach north of this $29 level, and then maybe slowly start to curl over. I don't think this is a positive catalyst for TSM whatsoever, and that's why I'm going to remain bearish on this bad boy and look for the continuation, to the short side. What I can do is post up at the higher end of the range, which is going to give you drastically better risk to reward ratio, opposed to what I'm looking to sell right now. Even though we do have a 1 minute candle opening up at the lower end of the range, volatility stepped in, and there's a little bamboozlement that I always find happens here in SMCI. But a test of the low of the day, I wouldn't put it past this stock. 230 right now. Oh, there it goes, Katina, man. Yeah, it's really starting to sell now, brother. A curl over is what we were looking at. Yeah, I should have took the 28.81 short there.
I was going to say that the 29 was the trade.
Is that, yeah, the 29 was
had all
the
those
trade.
tops
Yeah,
there.
exactly. 29 was the trade. I mean, we can still post up there to see if we're fortunate enough to get that, but a little bit of a chase at this point.
Can you still Post Malone? That was a great.
That was a great show.
That was a great show.
That's good, man.
I'd love to go back to that Post Malone.
That's good.
Show again. That was fantastic. I got to give some congratulations to Sia, who's got another story for us.
Did he sing that song?
Today is the last trading day, right? Thank you so much, Sean. Let's take a look at the three major averages for now. The SPY currently up 1.5%, holding that momentum from the early day. Triple Qs are up more than they were earlier in the day, up to almost 2.5%. And the Dow is up close to 1% today. So let's begin talking about a couple of things here. I'm going to talk about Comcast. Sorry, just pulling up the ticker for you. That Comcast has announced that it will be separating its connectivity business from NBC Universal and Sky through a tax-free spin-off, creating two independently traded public companies. So what exactly is this? Let's get into a bit of detail. So this move is designed to give each business a greater strength and a strategic flexibility, as these traditional media companies are facing intense pressure from the streaming giants in business and competition, as well as, industry consolidation. So current Comcast shareholders will be receiving shares in both these companies, while at the same time Comcast will temporarily retain up to 19.9% of stake in NBC Universal before monetizing it over a period of time. So the leadership will be split as well, with Mike Cavanaugh becoming CEO of NBC Universal, Michael Angelakis taking over Comcast, and Brian Roberts remaining involved with both these businesses. So currently with Comcast is up almost 6% on the day. Also a little bit of a news, Securitize, which is a leading tokenization platform, will be listing its shares on the NYSE for the last trading week of this week, which is Thursday, becoming a first pure play tokenization firm in the United States public markets. Sending it back to you.
All right.
Yeah,
You're reminding me of a Christmas movie that I'm not sure if I've seen it or not. With Jack Black, Dear Santa, Post Malone in that one too.
Post Malone's in Dear Santa?
Yeah,
I've not like I've seen it.
He actually is. I think Ben Stiller has a cameo. It's like the lady from Ginny and Georgia. It's the weirdest cast ever. I was definitely not the target audience in any way, but it's actually entertaining.
That's nice. Yeah, I gotta have a look at that. I was just saying to Adele, like it's at Rogers Stadium. Those of you here in the GTA, like every concert basically has fireworks, and it's just
That's it.
It was such an amazing experience to watch that. Okay, so I have to, can't just talk about the winning trades and not show you guys the losing trades. And yeah, man, we lost on Intel. I tried to short 130. I tried, but no workout there, as my old Italian, now deceased Nonna used to say there. Sean, and no workout today. And this trade, no workout. It was trying to short it against 130. So this is like that whole Micron thing, right? Like you go all the way to the downside, you make a low of 118, and then Intel just says, no, thank you, completely reversing course. But look, man, it lined up. Like I don't have, again, if we're gonna talk about different strategies, we're gonna talk about, SpaceX right now, $3 in the money, like all these trades, they're great, but sometimes you put on bad ones, and like, if it's gonna break against a level like that, fine. Break out, and there it goes, right? The only thing that I wish we would have done is gone long, but hey, that's hindsight. If this trade happens again, I'd probably take it again. It's that exact example, sort of on Micron. I can't control what's going to happen, but there goes Intel straight there to the upside. And sorry about that, but it was during the midday, so hopefully no one was trailing me. But that was a trade that we had written down on our sticky note, 129.50 to 130 there on Intel. We tried it. It does not work. It's the same trade here, and I can show you what the sticky note is all about today.
Okay.
And that was, and there's my, this was a Post Malone concert actually. But there it was right here. SpaceX, 154 long. We could go back and look at that. Or the 160 break long. So we actually waited. Once 154 broke, we actually went short 154. Once 160 broke, we went long. So it actually worked out pretty much as planned there. We go up and down there today on SpaceX. Here's me trying the 154 long right there. Once it breaks, we get out, then we go short, push it down, go short again, and then as we keep on finding it tougher and tougher to get out, eventually we get blown out to the upside. There's still a positive trade at the end of the day, obviously, as all these shorts rang true, and then it comes out, there's the break of 160, here's the pullback into the 50 period, kind of as expected, and then there's the ramp higher. We averaged into this trade, and now it's going higher, and we said this last week, and it's just like, 161. Okay, so I'm noticing that top. Let's see if we can get going. I don't think this trade is done yet. Bouncing off the 50 period, I think we can get higher here on SpaceX. I mean, if you missed a 150 buy, maybe you'll get it again, but not today. I just going higher here, SPCX, as well as Tesla, man. Both these days, like how much money? And I know, I hate doing this. Like, every dollar Elon makes $6 billion.
Yeah. Just to rub it in.
SpaceX is also down $50 from the high. So how much money did he lose there, right? So hard to talk about that. But there goes Tesla now, up 8%, and SpaceX going. So for all the Elon fanboys, and I guess I'm one of them, I own both these stocks, a good day today for Tesla and Elon people as we look to see both of these names. And, I was able to cover a little bit more on Palantir. But you see, this is what I'm getting at. We were long on Palantir there. It was good until it wasn't. So make the money, give some back. And right here, I feel like the same thing's going to happen. It's not pushing lower. It's bouncing off the 200 right now. It's not pushing lower. So let's be a little more conservative. We started taking a little bit more out there in the 30s. We have another bid at 20. Then we'll wait for 116 flat and hope for a break lower there on Palantir. And a quick check back in on Micron. Back up to 120. Oh boy, Joe.
What happened?
That came again.
Yeah, man.
The 129.50.
Okay, well, short it, my boy. We're short SMCI.
I didn't short it, my boy. I'm wasting time.
You can do it. You can do it now, though, if you're back at the, unless you don't want to.
Not there yet. I don't want to go. So again, good point by Joe there. You could always get back in, or get in. That the trade right now doesn't have the right risk to reward because
that's fair.
I have to stop out at 131, and that would be $6.
Yeah.
So $6 down means we have to break this level. So I don't know about that.
We don't know about that
but
one.
by the way, there it goes.
There it
It's
goes.
SpaceX, man. 160.50 now, 3.5.
Bang, bang, bang. Yeah, I mean,
Good
there
trade
it
on
is.
SMCI. Looks
Yeah,
like
I mean,
that's what.
we'll see what we can do. This is our third reload on this one. Katina, man, entry 1, entry 2, and then entry 3 right now, just slowly starting to bleed. I just believe it's too negative of a catalyst right now in order for me to find any form of a long with it. And I have no issues shorting this. I was going to use another word, but we'll call it just somewhat of a sketchy company. These guys are always along the headline, in the headlines for the wrong reasons, in my opinion. So let's see if we can get a breakdown here, Sean. Otherwise, it might find somewhat of a recovery here towards the volume-weighted average price. But yeah, I mean, we're going to do the trade rundown. Nice work from Sean there, as always. He is the Katina man for a reason. We have SMCI on our radar. You can see this is our third attempt to the short, but we'll start from the beginning, right from the origin of our intraday session. You right, Joe? So here it is, right? Like this is trade number 1 on NVDA. We start small, bang, we add to the position, pop, 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 and then shablamo to the downside. We get stopped out, break even right there, ladies and gentlemen. Then our best trade of the day was grabbing the bottoms on the TQQQs. Right? This was definitely our better trade here of the day, and we are fortunate enough to sit on it for quite some time, still continuing to move higher. TQQQs is up 7.3%, which is absolutely crazy, but we're long 71.90s, and then we're fortunate enough to get our last bid out there at 76.34. All right, so a nice move in the overall market, and then we took a little bit of a scalp on AMDL. Listen, this was a fluke. Guys, full disclosure, I have no issue telling you that. I was doing a transaction so you guys could see what I was up to. And I'm like, why not go long on one of the strongest names in the market? And that's going to be AMD via AMDL. So a nice move up here, guys. 7.3% in AMDL. So cut that in half. You have the percentage gain on AMD. And then now we've just been churning shares in SMCI, right? Like, keep bringing those negative catalysts to me. I'm glad that we're not trying to find any form of a rebound. If we break 28.53, then I think we're going to have the opportunity to piece out some more. If not, we'll be patient. I have no issues with re-engaging, but a couple of strong upticks are showing that we might come back to my break even, and at that point, I'll get out because I think we'll get a recovery back towards the volume-weighted average price, especially if we break this $29 zone. So which end is going to break first? Right now, it looks like it's going to be to the top side, as the ebb and flow within SMCI can get slightly annoying. Let's see if we get that curl over and that breakdown. But nice call on SpaceX. Listen, I'm talking about $135 in SpaceX. Yeah, we'll take that down.
I just put it up there. Say hello,
you?
everybody.
Whoa.
What? Oh.
Yeah, I thought that was you. I know, as a scene.
I didn't even. He always does it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the guy always does.
I just saw the $5.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We appreciate the donation, man, but
the chat, but
yeah.
So we had the chat up, but just quickly here, Palantir just came into 116, so we were able to get out of that. It just fell right into our lap there, so that looks like that's going to be a good one. Hopefully we can wind up holding that. We're almost at the highest spot we've been at all day, so Palantir, nice move there, back into the downside here for PLTR as it continues to get a little lower. Like, we can look over here. This is the trade rate. This is brought to you by eSignal. Okay. This shows names that are starting to move around a little bit. So right now, one of the number 1 names on this trade rate is Apple. So putting through, again, look at that move. We talk about VWAP all the time on this show. Like, how good, and someone asked about Apple, and I even called it up. I was like, look, there's a VWAP there, there's a VWAP there, and it just came back in the last 10 minutes. So I think I got to refresh my scanner. I don't know why I didn't get a notice on that one hitting VWAP there on Apple. I should have definitely got alerted on that one, but there's a good Apple trade there off VWAP. Why didn't I get alerted there? Okay, I don't know. But that would have been a good trade there off VWAP there for Apple. Where did that little scanner go? I lost it. It's behind everything. Here it is. Nope. Here it is. Yep. So Apple, Tesla moving around. Oh gosh. And this is the problem with not having a stop. Because there goes the futures, the high of the day. And remember, we were talking about, you said, well, you short it again. And there's the break. So that last time, it doesn't work, man. Like, you want to short Micron, maybe not that level. You really have no reason to. There kind of holds again. That's not it. But I would think after you've seen it, you know, that would have made sense to me to short that against these top wicks of 131 or so. But then it hits back there. Whenever you get a bounce off, I always worry about that. And it's like the same thing that happened to me on SpaceX there, right? Like comes back in, bounces off, taken out, comes back in, bounces off, take those out again. So, you know, this is kind of the stuff that we have to deal with here as traders. You never know where these markets are going to go, but when they hit some levels and then take off after them, you know, generally speaking, you can get some more upward momentum because it's a fail downside on one of those moves. Okay, well, I don't know why I don't know why Apple didn't hit there on that. I'm gonna have to go find it out. But right now we're getting JP Morgan hitting on a key level. So let me go have a quick look there. As Joe and I really like JP Morgan.
Yeah, we like it. What's up with JP?
Coming through. Oh yeah, that's what it. See, so there's VWAP. So it's working. Joe, look at that wick. Remember you were developing that program that when things wick down or something, it was.
Yeah, I still have it.
Okay, so have you been using that? I haven't heard you talk about it.
Yeah, man, all the time.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So there's one there on JP Morgan, comes right into VWAP and bounces. Like there's a VWAP bounce again, right? Sure, you probably get stopped out because there's that low move there. But yeah, nice move again on JP Morgan. Up 0.5 today.
Yeah.
Always take that move.
I mean,
nice
we'll take it, man.
You know what? SpaceX going one more level here. I'm going to offer out at 63 and see if we can get that. Sometimes you just put out an offer and you get it. You just need someone to hit the buy button. Or the sell button.
Look at the market. Look at the market here
2.3%. You know, I think that goes to show, like, if you just invest in the indexes, is something going on with oil maybe?
The oil's up today, dude.
Yeah, 1.5%.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Like, oil's up. I think that.
Marvel Shablamo says.
Yeah, you weren't here. We got the new term, Shablamo.
Oh, yeah? Who made that term up?
Your boy.
Sure, you did?
Yeah. Shablamo. Well, I didn't make it up. I just heard it somewhere and I repeated it, and then.
I feel like I've heard that before. Shablamo.
Yeah.
Where is it from?
I don't know where I heard it from, but if you look in the Urban Dictionary, Shablamo.
Right. Shablamo.
It's like Kablamo.
I kind of like Shablam.
Shablam.
Why got the O in it?
Yeah, that's a great question. Shablam. There we go.
Shablam.
Katina, man, it's been a good day for you. Hasn't been horrible on my end, aside from the incoming vet bill that we have rolling here. Remember when we used to price things in tires?
Yeah. You and I both had tire.
So I got
a tire today?
Yeah, I got a couple tires rolling in today. So.
But you didn't really just replace your tires? No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh,
my vet bill.
Now let's talk about it in vet bills.
Yeah. No, I don't.
The Target. Oh yeah. By the way,
man.
This is my bad joke. Katina Wilson Capital.
Yeah.
Who are we going back to? Let's go back to SIA, and then we're going to talk about Target. Small cap recap.
Spike is.
Thank you. And with that, Shablamo, Brazil has scored a goal. So we're happy about that as well. Let's take a look. The IWM is currently down 0.5% on the day. We have I have two individual tickers for you to talk about. I don't know if I've used that term correctly, but that's okay. BHVN, Biohaven, is down 5.3%. The company has been downgraded by analysts at Bank of America on concerns about the upcoming readout from a phase 3 trial for its company's epilepsy drug, which is known as Opacalim. FUN, Six Flags Entertainment, down 5.5% on the day. So the price target was announced at $29 per share by citizens, and attendance of Six Flags, as reported by CNBC today, has increased 4% in the first quarter of this year, that's 2026, signaling a rather reversal of a months-long decline of visitors, according to Citizens Analyst notes. But we're going to pause and head to Adara.
Keep an eye here, guys, on Uber. UBER briefly just broke here to new intraday lows. It's recovered right now, kind of a flat candle, if you will. Seeing reports from TechCrunch suggesting that Uber and Waymo have, quote, quietly parted ways. Apparently, this is just in Phoenix for now. I guess Waymo robotaxis are no longer available on Uber, specifically in Phoenix. Obviously, not a lot of details on this story. If and when I hear more, I'll let you know. Keep an eye on UBER. Back to you.
Yeah. All right. Interesting. I know you.
Because Uber, I want to sell Uber, and I didn't even.
Yeah.
Like I'm away. I didn't even notice it went to $78. Man, that was like.
Is that what you wanted to do?
Yes, that's the out.
So why didn't you put the order, man?
No, it's not. It's not that. Like we were trying to get. Honestly, I don't even have the order out. Like if it broke through 80 and I didn't. Like I'm not mad that we didn't get out. It's just like it was at 78 on its way back up. And then now today, getting hit to the downside. Uber on a nice recovery. We do know that Democratic, member there, Nancy Pelosi. I don't even know what her. That's why I say, I don't know, does she have a seat?
Former Speaker of the House.
Former, but what is she now?
Well, now she's just a member of the House. She's a representative.
Representative, okay.
You guys know, there's so many weird like leadership positions, and you guys know I love U.S. politics. There's so many weird leadership positions. Currently, she doesn't possess one. She's just a House member from California. She's
just super rich. And then there it is right there, $78 there for Nancy Pelosi and Uber. She might have been selling right up there. Look at that big green spike on the volume on the daily when it went up. You know what I mean? So boom, shakalaka there. Yeah, big move there on Nancy Pelosi Day, and now right back in there for Uber, down 2%. This is a name that I want to get lighter on, honestly. I can't kind of wrap my head around what Uber's next moves are, and I worried about Waymo, I'm worried about all of that. But 99 problems, Palantir short ain't one right now, because that is starting to go, and we're coming back in. We said that we'd only take a 20 fill, so we just got that. We also got we got a 30 and a 20. I must have had too many bids out. So now we'll wait for 116. I'm at 116.05 for a decent percentage out. If we can get that, that's perfect. That's exactly at this. Actually, let's move it to one. Well, I want to move it to 116.10. All right, just because it's there now, and honestly, for 5 cents difference, not that much for me right now. So we'll see if we can get that fill. Good move off of VWAP there. We love those kind of trades. Hopefully it continues to work out. It's not 1, it's not 2, it's not 3, it's 4 right now on SpaceX, as there it goes, straight up to the upside. Nice move there for SpaceX. We're getting out. We're getting more out, right? I mean, nice move. We got to still make sure we appreciate that. This is going to be my #1 stock today, P&L wise, as Joe says. Just paid for 1 vet bill on SpaceX today, so nothing really too crazy. How is Milo, by the way?
He's good, man.
Okay,
obviously,
good.
Yeah, he's good, man.
And he got a little sick there over the weekend, so we hope that he starts.
Well, it was bright and early this morning.
Oh, that's even worse. So it starts your day off.
Well, as soon as I got in the office, my phone's ringing. I'm like, oh my God, here we go. All right, speaking of, here we go. Let's go. Let's see if we're gonna get another opportunity. Yeah, exactly, another opportunity here. Man, if we get another short here on SMCI, all right, this is a little bit of a chase, Katina, man, but the momentum really starting to pick up on this bad boy. We should have been a little bit more patient, but I have no issues with taking a small hit on this trade, just because I believe we can get that curl over in that breakdown, which has started to look like it. The volume started to uptick, the tapes really started to speed up, but it could be a potential fake out, as this name is typically full of them. As soon as it breaks 28.80, we're out of dodge on this one. We're going to give it about 30 cents worth of risk. Nothing substantial. Would have been more ideal if I posted up at the top end of the range, but I can't complain, right? One thing that I also have to take into factor is look at this. So we get this initial leg. It was the biggest one. Second one shorter. Third one even shorter of a move. So could this be another fake out to the point where we don't break through the support level, in which my thesis is invalid and I can no longer hold on to this trade north of this 28.90 marker? Let's be patient to see if we do get that breakdown. If not, this could act as a solid support level, and SMCI finds somewhat of a rebound here today. I just believe the catalyst is too weak, but the defense stepping in right now, what we can see on the tape, not too good, Katina, man.
I still go back to this Intel trade. I mean, so right now SpaceX has, like, pardon the pun, but like a rocket underneath it. Like, honestly, it is just going. It's not even like it's huge volume. It's just, you see the volume down here. It's kind of just whatever. But it is starting to really extend out here on SpaceX. So I think what we can do is just kind of look at a little bit of a longer time frame. We've already broken out through here. This was the 160 level that we were really talking about. The next high, I guess, if we go back even a little bit more than we are right now, into here, that's 164.50. So looking for something in and around here, 164.60. So I think if we're gonna wait for maybe a spot now that we've got it, this is not horrible there for Eli Lilly. I just heard something in my ear about Eli Lilly. 164, 165. I think that's a good spot to wait for now on SpaceX and see if it just can continue to go up. Now that would be another $2 from here. We'll wait for that. I just heard something in my ear about Eli Lilly, so we can have a quick little look at that. Not much going on. Nice move higher there. Eli Lilly, the new $1 trillion club. I mean, it's been an absolute monster. Good moves from last week. AbbVie and the XBI. I know we talked about that before. ABBV. AbbVie, this is a name that I've been holding for a while. They had they bought out somebody last week, and it's just been really well received. And you can see the market really rewarding AbbVie and their shareholders. So there, that goes reciprocal or something like that. Nice move there to the upside for AbbVie. We did have On Semi. You want to talk about a deal that's gone bad? People didn't like that one, trying to figure out what exactly that means for ON. And downside play continues today for them, down 1%. Not all acquirers go up. They actually go down most of the time when you're acquiring a company. And they believe that they paid a little too much. So On Semi, downside rate now and continues to go a little bit lower. I was going to say we have to check back in on SMCI. But wow, look at Palantir. We did it. Good trade, honestly. I mean, short there, short here, right into the 200 period moving average. Let's cover one little bit more here at 04 if we can get it. Did we get it? No, we did not. So we'll bid some 04s here. See if we can grab that as people join us up. We'll see if we get it. And again, why are we covering it? It's at the 200 period moving average. I'm going to punch out a little bit there. We just removed some liquidity there at 13s. We did not get the 05s or 04s, so we'll take some 13s out there on Palantir as it looks like it's trying to make a little bit of a move the other way. Still waiting for something to halt, man. My halt scanner is not really doing a whole heck of a lot right now. Let's go back over to Adara.
Yeah, here's the deal here with Lilly. Regeneron also implicated. This isn't on Benzinga yet or anything. Looks like this is new, but CNBC reporting that Eli Lilly and Regeneron are amongst the first handful of companies selected by the FDA or Federal Drug Administration in the U.S. for an initiative to speed up the review of new manufacturing facilities. Now, of course, Eli Lilly CEO David Ricks and the CEO of Regeneron both have strong relationships with U.S. President Trump. He's publicly praised both companies multiple times. Other companies that are benefiting from this FDA, designation here include Amneal, Solaris, Fujifilm, Curia, and Kiowa. These are going to be the first companies that will participate in the FDA pre-check pilot program. Again, just as reported by CNBC, no details or confirmation yet. Back to you.
All right.
Thank you very much. There goes Katina, man. SMCI for the fourth time here today.
Ride that bear.
Yeah, there it goes, bang, almost going to put in a new low as the momentum is really starting to uptick in this bad boy. 28.57. Let's see if we can hold this, man. Diamond hands, we're talking about a negative catalyst stepping in and now looking to break the low of the day. That's where we'll take some off at 27. We'll call it 75s. We can post up at that level there, Sean, to see if we're fortunate enough to get it. But so far, so good in this potential trade here. The trade that we've been sitting in.
Is that a Shablamo or is that a Shablam?
This is Shablam. This is Shablam right here. Yeah. It's a wham bam Shablam.
It's a wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. Shablam.
Oh,
yeah, that's
Shablam on this one. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Four entries on SMCI as this bad boy is slowly starting to cook up for us here, guys. Just fortunate enough to be sitting in the position where we can take some of these trades. So it's been a pretty good one. It looks like the trading gods were looking out for your boy today, Sean, because wasn't mentally here bright and early this morning. Now we've been rocking and rolling, sitting alongside Katina, man, obviously Sharif and I throughout the whole intraday. Midday, I guess I should say, session, having a lot of fun over there, trading TQs, SpaceX moving up to 162.95, NVDA holding on to 0.8% to the north side.
On fire.
We'll take it. He's on fire. T-triple-Qs. We're not going to talk about it. I was going to say if you wanted to talk about it, we're not going to talk about it. Why? It's the Leafs, man. We can always find
the Leafs?
Yeah.
The Leafs had one of the best weekends they've ever had.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. So the guy that they picked up, they then traded once again.
Who, Carlo?
No, the goalie, RAIDED.
Yeah.
No, that's the demon. Yeah.
What do you mean? They got a free fifth-round pick or whatever?
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
I think you said the Leafs. We don't want to talk about the Leafs.
Now you got me started. So
you got yourself started.
Yeah, I did. Okay. I'm rightfully so. I'm happy about it. So, anyways, quick story. A couple friends. Sorry, you're getting over there. A couple friend of ours in a girlfriend, boyfriend. They're friends of ours in the Liberty Village. One works for TSN, and he's like, don't say too much, Joe. But rumor has it the Leafs are looking to sign Sergei Bobrovsky.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know that. Right? They're not going to get him.
Yeah, I don't
think
he's
going to be too much money. I think, but maybe.
But imagine they pick up
a really bad year.
They did.
Yeah, but Zach Werenski is going to cost them Nyes plus probably one of Easton County.
You send him over with Riley, ship him.
Riley. No, Zach Werenski, you got to go Nyes.
Yeah.
And you got to go probably a 28 first-round pick. And you got to go at least one more guy to get Zach Werenski.
I think you do that.
My daughter was on the ice with Wyatt Johnson today. Do you know him from Dallas? My daughter was on the ice with 6 NHLers this morning.
No way.
Yeah, Mason Marchment from Columbus.
Okay, I know Mason.
Well, Wyatt Johnson was a 30-goal scorer.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he was drafted like 9th overall.
Okay.
Yeah. A couple guys from San Jose. She was on the ice with
Really,
this morning.
eh?
Not her boyfriend is, and don't tell us to Celebrini, but that's her boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Macklin.
Macklin.
Okay, rightfully so. He might be the next Captain Canada.
Well, he was the captain on the World Cup team.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
When they were doing that, but
it was like 4 Nations or
something.
whatever that
was.
Yeah.
She loves some Macklin celebrating.
Yeah, Macklin.
But yeah, shout out to the Maple Leafs who grabbed Gavin McKenna. The Maple Leafs have only had 3 #1 overall picks.
2 of them in the past.
You know who they were?
Yeah, Wendell.
Yeah, you already got it.
Yeah, Austin and
then
that's the one that you thought you were gonna get me on. Was the first one?
Yeah. The minute you said what, no, not get you. I just say if you don't know that, because you know
come
Austin.
on. Yeah, exactly.
He's still there.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to the Maple Leafs having a great. I think they had a great.
Remember when we were saying? Remember we were picking Leafs within their their numbers.
Yeah,
like
yes.
And
it was. You got me on 43.
Yeah.
Kadri. Yeah, that was. I should have.
That's a good one.
I definitely should have known that one. Yeah, Kadri. Yeah. And McKenna will wear 72. It looks like.
Is that what he's gonna?
That's what they keep showing.
Wear?
But I never want to buy a jersey until they officially announce the number.
Yeah. That's fair,
sometimes
man.
they change it up.
I tossed my Mitch Marner jersey, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't. Forget about Mitch Marner, man. This guy, if he can't play, I don't know. He's got too much pressure for him to play here in Toronto.
Yeah, the irony.
Yeah, he's a great player. I mean, the talent is definitely there. Okay, the market is trying to hold, I feel like, this 50-period moving average. I'm still looking there at SpaceX. We took another out when I thought it was breaking back down below. We took out some at 162.50 there for that, and we did have a good out on Palantir, of course, down there, and we talked about getting out a decent chunk. We get out another piece as it breaks above the 25-period moving average. We'll hold. If it comes back up to view up, we could try it again there right now. Any other Brazil, people saying? I mean,
did they win?
Most
Brazil
likely.
Looks like it, yeah.
I don't know. It's like Neil telling me that England's not an elite team. I don't know. But a few more seconds left. And Brazil. So shout out to Andre. Congratulations. Who are they playing, Andre, Brazil?
Brazil.
Who?
Japan.
Oh, Japan. Oh, Japan's not a bad team.
No, they're not.
What is the score there?
I still got 1-1. Oh, man, I could be wrong.
Oh, it was 1-0 Japan at one point?
Yeah, and they tied it up.
Ooh-wee. That would have been quite the upset, I guess.
Yeah.
Coming through there. Canada now waits. Canada, the first team to advance into the round of 16. You know, we had our first ever, just like Egypt, your boy Sharif over there.
Yeah.
They had their first ever World Cup wins. We say shout out to Egypt. We hope that they could do well. Sharif's going to go see them live.
Yeah,
that's
going to be wicked, man.
Canada got their first ever World Cup win. This is the problem. Obviously, the World Cup is very much watered down this year. But now that you get into the more serious round there, we can see what winds up happening. United States against Cape Verde. We'll see what winds up happening there. That should also be a good game. We'll wait to see. I think USA will wind up smoking them, but the cream rises to the top, I feel like.
Yeah.
Let's go back over to Sia and see what she's up to.
Thank you so much. The SPY currently up 1.6% at the moment. Let's take a look at how the sectors have been doing and are performing at the moment. Electric tech, NVDA is up 1%. Apple sliding into the red, just down 0.6% on the day. MU was a little bit green earlier, but it's currently trading flat. It's down 0.11%, very minuscule. AVGO up 2.5% on the day, followed by AMD up 3%, Intel up 2.36%, and Cisco up 3.5%. We have KLAC also rallying up 12%. Tech services, we have Google up 4.6% at the moment, Meta up almost 3%, and Microsoft in the red, down 1.3%, whereas Oracle and Netflix are trading flat at the moment. In finance, we have a little bit of a mixed sentiment. We have the RKB trading flat. It was a little bit of a green earlier in the day. Red earlier in the day. We have JPM, Visa, and MasterCard continuing their momentum from the earlier trading session. Retail trade, we have Amazon still up 4% on the day, whereas Walmart and Costco are down 1% and 0.75% respectively. Producer manufacturing, we have AMAT, LRCX, CAT all up in the green. GEV also following. Consumer non-durables and utilities, I'm seeing a bit of a mixed sentiment. A lot of gray, a lot of red, and a little bit of green. Consumer durables, we have Tesla up almost 8% on the day, so that's good for that stock and good gift as Adara said, for Elon Musk's birthday. Health technology, we have Lilly and J&J up 1.27% and 1% respectively, 1.18% respectively. ABBV and MRX, however, trading flat. Consumer services, energy, minerals are also a bit of a mix over there. Process industries, industrial sectors as well. However, I'm seeing a bit of a darker green on PWR, up 3.5%. FIX also up 5% on the day. Communication continuing to slide by that Verizon pull earlier in the day, down 5.49%. We only have Echo, which is up 5% on the day in the green. And with that, energy minerals, XOM, still continuing to trade flat on the day, followed by CVX sliding into the red, sending it back.
Thank you, Sia. I do want to talk to you guys about Global X. Volatility does create movement, as you guys can clearly see every day here on the show, and that creates opportunity. Beta Pro by Global X offers Canada's first and longest running suite of levered and inverse levered ETFs built for sophisticated investors like that TQQ that Joe and I are talking about. They understand the risks of leverage and the importance of precision. So these 3 triple levered bull and bear ETFs are tied to the NASDAQ 100, and we trade them all the time. They're designed for daily tactical trades. They provide amplified exposure, giving traders tools to engage with both the upward momentum and market pullbacks. The important thing about their offering is it is currency hedge, seeking to offset US dollar exposure back to the Canadian dollar. So it's TQQ on your Toronto exchange. Those navigating short-term market moves, both up or down, check them out. It's Beta Pro. They offer you the flexibility to to act with conviction, no matter what your strategy looks like. Trade tactically and learn more at betapro.ca. That QR code right there on your screen, scan it and go have a quick look. And just to show you, we trade TQQ here on the NASDAQ. This is a Pro Ultra Shares product. This is on the NASDAQ. If you go TQQ on Toronto, this is the Beta Pro, the one we're talking about. So again, one of the most liquid names here. And you might not think that when you see this, because it doesn't look, but still 1.4 million shares done today with a lot of liquidity offered here on the level 1 and 2 for TQQ. So if you just wanted to trade it in Toronto, it's a completely different look, completely different market structure. But again, look at the odds. There's 7% there in NASDAQ, 7% here in Toronto. So same type of thing. We want to thank Beta Pro for all of that, man. SMCI, my boy over here, is just absolutely destroying SMCI as there it goes right back into the low of the day as we pay for some vet bills today here live on Trader TV. But yeah, down 8% now as, hey man, their offices are getting raided in Taiwan.
So how could you not short that?
Well,
I mean, probably someone.
No, it was a great trade. I mean, I think that there was. So I just wanted to bring this to your attention. I don't know how many lots you have left, but you are at the low.
I don't even have a lot. Yeah.
Okay, but no, I just mean, you know, if you can get out, because right there, we've already sort of touched that there. So I was going to say, I'm not trying to go long. Just letting you know that is an area of concern. Oh, you got a cover there.
Yeah, man, we're good, man.
Okay,
we took some out.
Yeah, there it is.
We did call me mini.
Can we increase? Joe, I mean, I think Joe will be the first one. Shout out to Ozan. Here, look.
What did Ozan say?
Nothing. He did a good one. He just said, "Can we increase Joe's buying power?" This is the thing.
2x.
You didn't even use.
I didn't even use
half of your buying power.
No, actually, I did. I couldn't buy anymore. I don't know what happened. Yeah, because I put in an order officially and it rejected.
Yeah, but what did it say?
Not enough.
So you definitely need more.
Because the first one, I was telling you, hey man, like I was ready to do what I had to do.
So I got you a bunch more for SpaceX IPO. Did it revert back? Is that why?
Yeah.
Oh, it reverted.
Oh, no. But it so I put in an order. I believe it was when we were trading at like 175. I put X amount of lots in, and it's just like, we're not order not acceptable. So then I had to reduce the size. So hey man. Is what it is.
Okay, we'll have to get you.
Yeah, we'll get it next time.
And what's up, Zion? I mean, honestly, I'm trying to do this every day. You know, like obviously I'm not here. I didn't see Joe or Neil. I'm sure they had great trades there, obviously on Thursday and Friday. But like every single day I'm sitting here trading, and that reminds me, let's put an offer. I like trading SpaceX, man. It was the #1 idea.
You've been
today.
hot on it.
Yeah, it's been hot on it, but it's not just hot on the stock. Sure, it's fine, it's great, but it just makes sense to me. Like we wrote down a 160 break, and You know, we also wrote down a 154. So both those levels today, very key. Like 154 short paid down to 151. We got out when it broke higher. Then it breaks 160, comes right in, starts taking off again. So yeah, we are starting to get paid off a little bit. My stop, and I didn't cover this, was 162.
Okay.
So now, you know, the fact that we take another piece out to the upside, we take out a quarter of what we have left there on SpaceX. My number one stock today is SPCX. We only have really one losing trade today, and that's going to be on Intel. And it's just, look, we lost a little bit on the TQs, we lost a little bit on NVIDIA, but we lost a lot, not a lot, compared to what we lost there. We lost more on Intel, trying to short that 130. You know, looking at this 130, 150, that might be an area there that if it does come back up, we look to short against that level. But do we really think this market's worth a short right now? I don't know. We'll have to find out. There's Apple. Apple just, Apple just broke higher. Now it hits on my scanner for some reason.
Still negative today.
Yeah, there it is right now. SpaceX just ripping right now too, right?
Tesla up 8 1/3.
Apple, Tesla, everything moving today. Yeah. This is the good day to check out the old account.
Yeah, nice. No. I looked at it on Friday. That wasn't a good idea.
On Friday?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't even see how did the market end on Friday. Just tanked?
Yeah, right out of the gate, it just saying like Thursday, Friday.
Oh, the market was. Yeah.
Just,
I'm about to say today, check the account out.
Did it not so bad?
You know, Google's up to 355 now or something like that. Is that continues?
Yeah, that's a good one there. Google up to 352, up 4.5%, a little bit more than that. I mean, Tesla up 8 1/5. Like, come on, man.
SDOT's not doing anything.
SDOT's not doing anything. Amazon 3.8% to the top side. SpaceX up 6.5%. NVDA has just been chopping around that like 0.9 to 1% down to 0.7%. So it hasn't been anything crazy. Western Digital up 10 4/10 there, Katina man. So not too bad. MicroStrategy, your boy MicroStrategy up 11% today. Okay. Well, Bitcoin itself is only up 0.5%.
Yeah, I mean, I have a bid on Michael Saylor's yacht. So if the things don't go right and he comes down and
it goes to auction,
I'll be sitting there with some Katina Wilson capital.
It's on the boat, eh?
Yeah, I might as well.
Like you're gonna put it on the boat.
Can there be any worse investment than a boat?
Yeah, I was gonna say that needs signing off on. Other things we don't necessarily need to sign off on. Totally understandable.
Right, but buying a boat.
So.
Okay.
Remember that one scene in Wolf of Wall Street when it's like
when they're on the boat there?
No, when the dad comes in yelling at Leonardo or whatever his name is because they spend so much money. They spend like $20 million or something on like entrees.
That was such a good movie, man.
So
I enjoyed watching that one. Your JP Morgan is breaking lower. I think there could actually be a short trade here, honestly, on JP Morgan. I hate to talk about that, but this is what it looks like right now. We could pick on something else, but there's the break of VWAP right now for JP Morgan and looking to get a little lower right now. So I think this is maybe worth it. We did break through 330.50. That was that little wick right there. And we talked about JP Morgan holding VWAP, and then there's that wick, and then it held perfectly right there, but couldn't get going. This to me is looking like a decent short now for JP Morgan. I think we can almost put it on, and we can put it on against, I like to do it against the 50 period, or sorry, the 25 period, which is 330, 331. So I think it's maybe worth a look here on JP Morgan. We're riding SpaceX. I mean, we just got that out. That was a good one. We still have some on, but I'm going to try now. Nothing worth this but a try. So we'll try it here at 67. We build up this level. Hopefully we'll be able to get filled on JP Morgan. We'll wait for, I'm just going to wait for this fill. Hopefully it will come in. I'm sitting here right here, part of this mess. We'll see if we get a 67 fill there on JP Morgan. And thing is, see, like I don't want to pay that 16-cent spread right there. I was hoping to get filled on the ask. Obviously, it goes against us, but I like the JP Morgan fill there. If it can come up, give us a little bit of a trade against basically 331. I mean, it's 50 cents worth of risk, I think, right now for a lot more downside if this trade works out for us. Maybe we can get into this congestion here, 329.50 or so. So we'll try a little bit on JP Morgan. Maybe I'll bite the bullet here. I just crossed down and missed again. Joe, we had a decent trade there on JP Morgan, but we didn't get filled. I made the level there at 67. It's now 20 cents lower. That's all right. We missed that trade. I did look at Apple, and I started about talking about all the big cap names. You guys can put some small ones in there if you want. Like SDOT is not moving. Well, it's moving, but not giving any like big time moves. I mean, it just got to 42, back to 38. I'm looking for it to either break 44. It's really held this 200 period here is SDOT, so that would be a name that to maybe look at. But again, the break of that still gets you into here. I still think we need to break 36 in order to be in trouble. And then if you're really holding on to it, it's still 34 there. Alibaba has been an interesting one. I don't know if you guys looked at this over the last couple of days, but now it broke now below $100 from a high of 380. Like, look how bad this stock has been, man. This was 145 back mid-May. So, Joe, this has lost, like, what kind of percent on this one here? From 145 all the way down to 90. So that's lost 31% in a month and a half there for Alibaba all the way to the downside. So watch out for that name getting a little worse right here as we watch out for Alibaba. Also TCEHY, another name there, Tencent. This name's getting killed as well. I eventually think the tides turn a little bit on China and some of these names can come back. So I'm going to be careful watching out for them. There, Alibaba.
Would you like to grab some of those? Is that what you're getting at? Like, I feel like you're talking about you.
Yeah. I mean,
do you own any ADRs?
No, not right now. ADRs?
Yeah.
No. I do own some Alibaba.
Okay. Oh, you do?
Yeah, but not like nothing. I do want to average into it at some point. So I do like Alibaba. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. It's just been a falling knife, and I think that we got to wait to see what happens with China, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you. I mean, Sean just went over. We had Thursday and Friday, guys. Complete strength in the airlines, cooling oil prices, cheaper jet fuel. All right, we had NCLH, RCLH, CCL starting to move a little bit higher, still holding on to positivity here today. Katina Man jinxing my JPM as it's curling over here. We're only up about 0.4% here today. But Walmart, my guy Walmart, not doing so well here, Sean, as we're heading towards some key lows right now. After that gap down, man.
Walmart at?
Yeah, it's not like 150, 114 right now. So almost tapping into bear market territory after that earnings report where it was just shablammed all the way to the tune of 17%. So yeah, it's been a tougher look, but listen, it's a staple. I think when we see some form of stronger rotation, and I'm not saying more indefinite, but a longer duration where, hey, we believe that the tech trade is slowly starting to cool off, that's when we get that stronger rotation into the staples. Like Costco is down 13% too, okay? So, I mean, it's not all doom and gloom. I must give credit where credit is due because I believe you were talking about this name, Katina Man. Starts with a T, ends with a T. All right,
man.
in the middle
we got into that at 122.
You got into it at 122.
No, I got out of it.
Oh, you got out of it at 122.
I mean, at like 80 something.
Okay, yeah, so that's good stuff. And this is a name that's only down 5% off of its previous all-time highs, where we have Costco and Walmart down double that. Okay, so I mean, listen, there is some strength. Procter & Gamble. I know this might be one of your favorite companies. They're still down 12% there, Katina Man. So PG and some of these XS, like if you want to head over to XLP, not performing how you would expect it to. Now, what does that tell me? That tells me that money is still going to be funneling, especially on today's session, into this tech trade. Because where do I personally look for when money is funneling out? Financials, staples.
I am now short Apple. We're going to go over to Adair and we'll come back.
Keep an eye here, guys, on Uber. I mentioned this earlier. There was this report that led to this drop today's low here. This is going to be around 2:45 p.m. after TechCrunch reported that Uber has wound down its Waymo robotaxi partnership in Phoenix. So more details, both companies coming out to talk about this here. Uber saying that it was intentionally a limited deployment. They only had just over a dozen vehicles. It was never supposed to be long-term. Waymo also commented on this. They said that the program completed hundreds of thousands of trips. So it seems like both companies happy with this. Again, limited deployment. And Uber is not leaving Phoenix either. Apparently, they're going to be announcing a new robotaxi partner for Phoenix, Arizona going forward. So that's the deal here with UBER. Back to you.
I mean, the Palantir, thanks, Adair, for confirming that. I mean, we talked about Uber before, and it's just, hopefully we can get back up into that $78, $79, $80 area, and we'll see. But there goes Palantir. Oh, back up. Okay. Finally break. So we took some more 116s there, as it looks like we were trying to break back underneath that the 200 period moving average. We'll see if it wants to continue to work downside right there. Palantir getting lighter and lighter on that trade. All right, man, we took Apple short. It just worked. It just bounced off VWAP at 30, by the way. I'm trying to go against 283 here for Apple. I don't like the story, man. I don't like the fact that costs are getting higher. We just did a move on Apple where I can feel a little more confident. That move is right there back into VWAP. Maybe we can zoom in a little bit so you guys can see it. Right there, that's 283, and then we just went up to 283 again. That's 283.10. So this is kind of where my stop out zone is going to be on on Apple. We'll try to average in if we can get back into the 70s. But for right now, we're going to start a trade half a unit short right now on Apple, just thinking we can retrace back, man. I mean, why can't we get back into here or at least back into the 50-period moving average? Even if we take a little bit out there on VWAP, that would be 20 cents. I'm going to try to average it in right there. And without further ado, what is VWAP there? We went to 30s. I'm just going to put a quick bid right here at 30 for like maybe 10%, and then we'll see if we're able to get something out in and around the $30 marker now for Uber. So that's what we're going to try to do. For Apple.
Oh.
So we'll see if we can get some shares there. It's starting to work in the money a little bit now. SpaceX, we took another out, but now it's in the 164. So I think we just let this one go and see what winds up happening here with SpaceX.
Uber. All right, yeah, good stuff there, Katina, man.
Yeah,
I like how you were talking about not too long ago. You're like, hey, you got the break through the low of the day. We pieced some more out. I'm currently only sitting on 20% of the position. I mean, if it comes back at this pace, I believe it's going to break even. There's some indecision prints around the lows. Algo would probably pick up one of these here. Definitely picked up this one and might have got stopped out. But we're starting to head back in towards a key resistance zone that was acting as support. At this point now, you can see that we're short from 57s. We're printing 57s right now. So that's my break even. We offloaded 80% of it, so we're not going to complain, but now you're starting to find some form of a recovery in this bad boy. Now, Nike, man, oh man. Listen, you guys know where I stand when it comes to the retail and athleisure space. For me, there's just, I would never use Wilson Katina Capital and hop into a Nike or a Lululemon or any of these names that I feel come and go. And it's crazy for me to say Nike doesn't come and go. It's the most popular sports brand on the planet. With that being said, if you're the most popular thing on the planet and your stock is down 70 to 80% off of its highs, I have no part, and I just don't want to be involved with you. I don't know what the company's going to do, to be honest with you, in order to find any form of a recovery. And I think you fall into the...
Oh, sorry, I was going to say they need to dump Elliott Hill. Start with that. I'm sorry. They got to get rid of Elliott Hill.
Yeah, where's he from anyways?
Well, he was from Nike, and apparently people were getting upset at me in the chat, and I think rightfully so, because apparently he was like the main person people wanted to take over in like 2020, 2021 when they announced John Donahoe instead.
Yeah.
Because again, the guy before John Donahoe, Mark Parker, was apparently an incredible CEO for the company. So you get John Donahoe, he does a bad job, and people are like, oh my gosh, Elliott Hill is going to be the savior. But here's the thing, if you compare, not even like beyond the stock performances, the reputations of companies that had CEO changes around the same time. So you're talking my boy Kelly at Boeing. You're talking Brian Nichol, who I admittedly don't love, at Starbucks. I think in both of those cases, they were able to turn around, if not the stocks 100%, certainly the public images of the companies. Elliott Hill, I think, has failed miserably at both, in my humble opinion. And I'm going to get some hate for that, and I'm willing to back it up.
I don't understand why you would catch any hate. Like, it's speaking for itself. This stock has just been getting absolutely destroyed. It's down 80% off its highs. Like, I don't know. I talk about like a point of no return. I'm not saying that's going to happen with the most popular brand on the planet, but how long are you going to sit in this before you see any form of recovery? Like, it peaked in 2021. That's half a decade ago that we're talking about this name being around any form of all-time high. I just don't know what you do with this at this point.
We are, I mean, I'm not, especially with the World Cup, right? I mean, there's like so much exposure there with the sports now that I think, it's probably due for, I think it's due for a bounce. But to Adara's point, if you ever start announcing, potentially activists, stepping in and requesting new management, that could definitely be a catalyst. But we'll see. I mean, I know it's already sort of been surrounding Nike for a while. Look, I don't know if you guys thought this was going to happen or not, but there it is, man. SpaceX came right into our exact area that we had, right there pegged, right? 164 and change. So that was a great area for us there on 165. So it came right in. So we just took an out right there. I mean, I have to do that. That was 164.50. We took an out there. So good move upside for SpaceX. We got to represent that. It's now $7 in the money. I mean, we're just Cha-ching on that one. We did average into this Apple. I mean, we don't even have a unit yet, but we have 3/4 of one. We'll see if it comes back. It just bounced off 43s again. You know, that would have been an amazing 10 cents in the money. Hopefully we get back in. I'm just joking about that. Hopefully this comes back in into view up into 30s. We can start to take a little bit more out of Apple. That would be real. Wow, SpaceX is, you know, the thing with Rocket Lab and Iridium there, you know, that sort of whole purchase today really does justify that there is enough money in the space maybe to keep this game going. It's not just SpaceX, you know, looking to acquire assets and, you know, getting into that sort of realm of what's next. I mean, obviously Rocket Lab believes in something, and IRDM today, I said maybe 60 or 55, sorry. Actually, that just broke. So there it was. That was that level that we were looking at here for IRDM. Came right back into the highs. They had a nice move down on everyone getting a little worried again about the space names, right? And that's again, telecommunications up in space, a nice move there. As you mentioned, SpaceX looking for their new phone and trying to get that going, and there it goes. The experience I had in the Tesla this weekend was absolutely amazing. Like, I obviously I could have paid for full self-drive for my whole freaking life if I just bought 100 shares right there. But that's a nice move down right there, 280, 250, all the way to 412, up now 9%. So good day there for Tesla shareholders as that just keeps on pumping. And yeah, man, let's go. Congratulations, because it's a cash register again as it's trying to get back up to the 50. As if the 200 period's at 420, so puff, puff, pass. But we'll see if that one wants to come through. That would be pretty sweet. I mean, a nice move down. 6 or, I guess, let's call it 8 straight down days. We did have one day in there that it kind of went. Nice move back into 370. Didn't quite get into some buy levels of 350, but still, nice move up there for Tesla. Was there a single story about Tesla today, Adair, or is it just kind of the whole feeling?
The NHTSA, or as I've been told in the chat, you can call NHTSA, apparently, anyways, the National Highway Traffic Safety Association, they have now apparently said, like, they've canceled one of the investigations into Tesla. So that investigation closed. Usually when these investigations close, the stock doesn't react like this, but keep in mind, we're also awaiting their Q2 2026 deliveries, which are expected to be released before the bell, usually around 9 a.m. or just after on Thursday.
I wonder if we maybe if we had a leak or something like that on those numbers. But yeah, we know Tesla's not the greatest. You know, haven't been showing the greatest delivery numbers.
No.
As of late.
I mean, there's an uptick in
I could be
Europe
wrong in that.
On the last
but yeah, we'll wait to see what those delivery numbers look like. And yeah, Tesla right now, nice move to the high side. All right, my guy Palantir is right back down in. I mean, first of all, SpaceX is 165, so holler at that right now. But it's Palantir, it's back into these levels, and I'm just going to put another bid, punch out a little bit more there. So yeah, another out at 116. We're trying to let this thing fall back in. It's going to be a good one, I would think, for Palantir. We may be offside on Apple for sure. I do have an offer at 80. If we can get that, is it at 80? Where is it at? Yeah, it's at 79. So if we can get that trade, I think we'll be a little happier and have a much better price, and then we can give it up to that 283.10. So let's see if this one wants to fall down. We're offside right now, 20 cents on this Apple trade, but we got to sort of let it try to breathe. I mean, I'm kind of thinking here, we just get those? No, we didn't. Look at Google. Like, Google's been strong all day. You just mentioned that. It was up 4.5%, right? But look at this. There's Google coming back in right now as well. So we'll wait to see what winds up happening here with Google. Maybe we do get some love. Okay, we're about to get some more shares here in Apple. Just heard in my ear that Trump is saying oil prices are way down. I feel like that is correct. So he's not saying anything here that we don't expect. Nice move to the downside on USO, but a couple of days now, maybe there's, with the summer travel, right? That's another thing. Like, summer travel is still happening, right? So we do expect there that we will get some more demand for oil. So I think at some point you're going to find a little bit of a bottom there. When did the war? I mean, Adair's got the memory over here. What day did that start?
February 28th, 2026. It was a Saturday.
Yeah, so there it is right here.
According to my memory. First day of trading, it would have been March 2nd, 2026.
Yeah, right here. So I was just going to say, like, before this all happened, we were down here $90 on USO. So if we're going to retrace back in as if this never happened, I think that's a good level. But that's not what I'm all about. I think you can actually hold this 200 period, $95 or so on USO. We'll wait to see what winds up happening there. Man, time flies when you're having fun there, Joe. And you just covered some SMCI, I guess.
Yeah, man. I'm all out. I got to break even as it came back in towards our entry price.
I'd like to say congratulations.
I know, because we're all about that. I told you about Big Sean showing up to Stacked Market. Whoa. Not you, Big Sean, the other Big Sean.
Oh, okay.
You see see what we got.
Was Janae there? Did he bring Janae?
No, I wait. Oh, stop. That's my crush.
I love her.
That's
I would have like cried.
Well, if that's your crush, I'm glad he didn't bring her. You know,
Yeah,
Joe is Mr. Steal Your Girl over here.
Oh, who is that? Who is Mr. Steal Your Girl? That's Jeremiah, isn't it?
I don't know who it is.
Jeremiah?
I don't know.
Wait, here. Sia, don't ever do it again. Come on, do that again. That's Trey's song. Is it? No. Is it? Is it? Yeah, it might be Trey songs. Anyway, someone will figure that one out. No, all fun and games here. But yeah, no, none of that activity going on there, Katina, man. Just Big Sean. I'm gonna live my life just like it's my life. You know.
I got it. I'm down with Big
that
Sean.
That was a good one. Yeah. All right, we're done with that.
Let's go back over to Sia.
Okay, we're going over there. Just give me the thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Let's take a look at what the money markets are doing right now. Yen is under heavy pressure, trading around the 161.9 region. Japan's warning on the currency weakness and an alert for the possible intervention, as well as central bank action, as we've been seeing for the past week or two. Bolivia also has ended its 15-year dollar peg, so it's shifting to a more flexible exchange rate system, effectively, basically, that devalues the currency and signals broader stress in these emerging markets. But I was going to take a look at how the dollar is doing at the moment, currently around 101 mark, down on the day 0.26%. Looks like it could be surging to a one-year high, but don't quote me on it.
Perfect, thank you. Right. Now, Sean, I mean, here's Applied Materials, up 11 1/3%. This was actually going to be one of my picks.
Crazy,
but,
huh?
man, it's crazy. But the 53-cent dividend, man, this stock, like I understand that the Microns of the world, the SanDisks, the Western Digitals have been on these big time runs. But how about 330% from September of last year here in Applied Materials? This whole AI build out, ASML and Applied Materials are really on the low, are like near the beginning of things, right? Aside from the picks and the shovels, you take that next step, you fall into the AMET and the ASML world. So this is another name that's not often talked about. Like if we want to go down the supply chain, well, where are we going to start? It goes from Caterpillar here, then I believe to the next following name. So Caterpillar just been on another pair. This is parabolic.
Caterpillar is insane.
I don't even know what to say about this. Like it's parabolic at this point.
Look, you're now rocking with the best of us. I mean, this is what we're talking about right here. We made picks back in January.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I mean, imagine being like, it's been such a great year. I mean, I think, was it, who has Caterpillar? No, I don't think anybody
No one
does.
has Caterpillar.
No. So we're in the money now, 67%.
Yes, sir.
Year to date from January is my play.
Yeah.
Right there. Obi's got 32%. My man over here, man, this is why we're part of it together.
Big Joe.
There's Joe up 19%. And then Miss A in the back. Let's go. Fire off those glizzies right there. As Miss Adara up 11% so far this year. No one knows who Mateo is, so forget about it. Fabian.
No, that's my boy. Don't discredit Mateo.
I'm not discrediting him.
No.
I like
they
Mateo.
know. Yeah, they know Mateo.
How?
Because I talk about.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. You say they don't know.
Well, I said I'm gonna.
They couldn't cross him if they crossed him in the street. They would.
I said I'm gonna have to have a conversation with my boy Mateo with some of the picks that he's got.
I like Mateo. Well, you got to have a conversation with your boy Neil. Right there, Neil down 18%.
Damn.
Right there, Brendan down, Sharif, Ramin, and it doesn't matter. Just going over some of those plays, and for me. Yeah. And again, it's the same story all the time. Like we just got stuck with BigBerry at whatever price it was at that time, and unfortunately it was 631. I'm still long, and even when I made that pick, and we actually tweeted it out as well, our average price is 420 on BigBerry. But I did like that one. It's Marvell, man, $82. That's been a good call, and that's huge. And then Eli Lilly as well, up 13%. So I don't know if we're gonna have fun with this again, but we should. I think we should try to do it one more time. But that was a fun little opportunity. We get Sia involved and everybody involved there as well. But by the way, we got to go over to Sia. Just Apple. We just took a fill there on Apple at 50. We average it in. We talked about where we're trying to get out. Our out is going to be 283.10. So if that does wind up breaking, then we're getting it out. Let's see if Apple continues to fall back in right now. Stop on SpaceX as it's trying to fall back. Break of 163. We're out on SpaceX. What's up, Sia?
I want to know Sia's picks.
Are we going back there? Yes.
It's actually not Sia. Plot twist of the year. It's actually me over here with Juan and I are here to talk about the Asian markets.
Thank you, Adara. So I've transformed from Sia to Juan right now. So overnight, tech's basically the big story was the tech fracture that happened after last week's tech volatility. Today we saw a little bit of a detour with premium hardware and HBM facing de-risking. Capital mostly rotating from to internet platforms, biotech, and oversold foundries. If we take a look at the indexes, Hong Kong, they were notably the highest performer today with 1.57 increase, a huge jump. Their tech index rocketed up to 3.23% higher. Most of the short sellers basically covering after a 7-day losing streak. So what to look out forward in the opening of the Asian markets later? In Japan, watch that 70,000 threshold. We see in the early morning index futures. Last night, the cash market hit an intraday V-bottom to close slightly green. So psychologically, it's still below the 70,000 threshold. But if tech buying in the US markets maintains, might test that threshold, or it might go down to sub 69,000. In Taiwan, watch the Taipei's early tape very closely, especially after that breaking news you had on SMCI RAIDED. So that's definitely going to affect the index. It might be indicating some weak institutional convictions. So Taiwan may be facing a gap down risk at the opening. And other than that, in South Korea, the Kospi expect cautious and very range-bound behavior. Of course, everyone's pre-positioning themselves ahead of some US labor prints later this week, as well as Kevin Walsh speaking in Portugal. So any sudden hawkish shift in Western yields, that definitely going to be some regional cost spiking, as well as squeezed tech multiples. So watch out for that in Korea.
Sounds like Taiwan and Korea should be interesting at that Asian Open. We have President Trump speaking right now, but we'll have one speaking again at 11:30 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. about Euro and Asian markets, respectively. Every day the markets are open. Back to you. Thanks, Juan.
Props up.
We got, oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Apple. Apple. We're short up here.
Okay.
We're getting out down here.
Uh-oh.
As there goes Apple. Dara, I guess it's just the market. It's probably not Apple, but that's nuts. It's just the market. The market's losing bid right now. And there goes Apple, man. I mean, look, we picked on this one. We're definitely at the highest spot we've been at now all day. Apple's sort of trying to threaten SpaceX here with the #1 trade of the day for me. But there it goes to the downside. Apple, you like the trade, you averaged into it, and we were not silly with it at all. We wound up getting that 1 unit. We talked about sitting there at 80, waiting for a little bit more. So we put it on. There it comes in. We had 3/4 of a unit. So half a unit, a quarter, bam, to the, wow. I'm going to cover it. Wow.
Oh.
I'm going to cover it a little bit more. Ooh.
Oh, they didn't give it to you.
They didn't give me that 79.
They didn't give it to you.
I see you there, Apple.
Man.
What are you trying to do, Tim?
That's crazy.
Over there. Give it to me one more time.
Ooh.
Maybe we can get it down there at
Bang. Did you do the other place stopper?
Which one?
The other one that you have.
Oh, I have another one somewhere.
Yeah.
I have to find it, my guy.
Oh, come on.
I don't know. We have this one there.
Yeah.
Well,
hit the weed. All right, hit weed, Batman.
Weed, Batman.
You got too many. Yeah.
Where's the slap one where it changes? I got the watch. On the other one, I got the watch on, and it goes back. And what is this the one I just hit? Yeah, okay, that's not the right one. I don't know, man. I got to try to find it. I'm looking here. I don't even see it. Maybe it's been taken off of my. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know where it is, but I have this one.
Thank you very much, Dara.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dara.
By the
We have
chat
this
real
one. Money
Ooh,
Storm.
the Money Storm. That was the first one I actually ever got Fabian to create.
Counter Sean Slap. So I have one that says Sean Slap 2023. I think that was the one I keep on hitting.
Hit it again there.
No. Oh, no. Look, they're underneath each other. That's why I can't.
Well, that makes sense.
This one. There we go. I'm getting slapped so hard. I have more hair here, which is very interesting to notice. Right there. And then the watch keeps going back and forth there. Look, it's been a fun day. Yeah. We're having fun trading. We've got Joe in here who's going to be in for Neil all week. And I also noticed that Neil took next Monday off. What a guy.
Crazy.
So you're coming, this guy, crazy, man. If I had as many vacation days as him, I don't know what I'd do.
I need y'all to send over the S8 information to my email.
What S8? You know how you can't log into S8?
No, I can't. I need you.
That's probably 6 weeks, my guy. What do you want from me over here? You know how long I've been here?
Yeah, I know. You got the days, man.
I started in 2022. I started
You didn't
working.
start in 2022. You started in 2002.
No, 2020, 2002.
Yeah.
I was gonna say 20-something years.
Yeah,
I started here
24.
before Sia was born.
Yeah.
So
You've been trading for that long. So
let's
rightfully
talk about
so,
that.
man,
Let's talk
rightfully
about
so.
that. So yeah, you don't need hair when you have it all. Yeah, look, I feel like honestly, I couldn't be luckier. Like I'll come home today to a meal, to a clean house, to happy kids. Yeah, man. I mean, I've been lucky enough that the minute I married Marissa, it was kind of like, okay, like, and she was down with it, but it's like, you're gonna be, like traditional kind of wife and handle everything. And she did that. And, we were able to,
It worked.
thankfully,
That's good, man.
have that kid. We got down to business there on the honeymoon.
Oh.
And boom, immediately, we both knew we wanted to have kids immediately. So that popped out 9 months later. And, then it was like, you're gonna stay home, take care of the kids. And then we popped out Gia after that. It's been an amazing experience ever since. But now this is where I have to give her the most respect because now she got these guys running around now for all summer.
Yeah.
It's easy. Like when they're at school, you get rid of them for 8 hours.
But now
they're like around.
You got 2 months.
I was talking, Gia went some skating this morning. We just get back from Vermont. She's on the ice the very next morning. It's crazy. But basically, I hear Gia in the background, we're going to Sherway after this.
Oh,
the mall. Like, you gotta, I don't know, man.
Hey, man. Hey.
It's crazy.
True question. Do you guys have a hard time like getting out of Sherway? Because every time I've tried to leave that mall, I've ended up like, how the QEW is right there?
Yeah.
I end up on the highway. I don't know how to leave this mall. I'm not joking.
But you're not even.
It's a maze. It's labyrinthine.
You're not even driving.
No, I'm not. My walking self.
Oh, man.
Is walking.
You walked on the QEW?
On the
Hold on a
QEW.
second.
No, but hold on.
The QEW is a major
I'm not joking. I end up on the shoulder through the parking.
It doesn't even go
signs.
there.
Well, maybe not the whatever major highway is there.
That's where it is. It is literally the QEW.
Okay, so I've ended up.
It is a QEW.
Uh-oh.
If anybody sees Adara walking on a major highway where cars are going 70 miles an hour.
Dude, it's actually 110.
No, that's kilometers.
Yeah.
No, it's not 110 on the QEW. Not there. Not at that area.
No, not at that, but a part of the stretch of it. Yeah, 110.
Yeah.
110 there.
Wow, Adara. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Interesting. Yeah.
Adara ends up on the south end. But I don't know. It's a circle pretty much. I understand that, like in the middle, it's a tough one. There's a couple of other alternate paths you can take that may lead you nowhere close to the QEW in itself. But hey, man, to each their own. Katina, man.
SpaceX $7.
Yeah, $7 on SpaceX. That's really good. What are we gonna do here with Meta?
This is too funny, man. Like
24%.
That's a good story. No, I know you're not joking. That's why it's a funny
But
story.
you walk, but like Sherway is far from you, Adara.
No, I didn't walk to Sherway. I was trying to leave Sherway, walking out, and I ended up on the highway. From the mall. So you know how you leave the mall, right?
Yeah.
But there's multiple.
I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
I ended up on the highway.
Do not go to the Mall of America. I went there in Minnesota. If you're getting lost at Sherway, the mall.
I was with my family. I was a child when I went to MOA, so I was fine.
Adara's gonna end up like if Dara goes to Mall of America, it's gonna be like back rooms. Just no way out.
I had a chair last week here, and it's And anyways, Dara's has it now because it's over there. She's like, oh, this chair's not that bad. And I was like, yeah, I got it in the back room.
Horrible one. You got in the back room.
Well, that's the bathroom. They don't take the back room. Just chairs loaded up in there.
The minute I heard that they were going to use the women's washroom as a chair storage, I'm like, man.
Randy's just in there chucking chairs in there. Like crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we're getting all the renovations on the other side. So Real Trading's hooked up here. So that's getting all renovated over on that side. So it does look like back rooms over there. But yeah, that's a wild story. Maybe we'll run into Adara the next time we're at Sherway over there. You ever heard of those Nidos? You know those?
I don't even know what that is.
Okay, yeah, you know.
Yeah, I have no idea, man.
All right, what's up, Adara?
Yeah, let's talk here about some of these housing stocks. Nothing massive, but Open Door pulling back a little bit. We know there was an affordable housing bill that President Trump was supposed to sign going back a couple weeks ago now. He delayed it, saying that there was a, quote, national capital N, emergency capital E, close quote, with regards to the Save America Act. So he just made some comments. The comments were really brief. He's already finished, where he said that he was not going to be prioritizing signing this bill, saying, quote, the bill is just a bill. The Saving America Act is saving America. So he's not going to be signing this bill right away. That I looked at these housing stocks with that in mind, given the fact that, again, affordable housing, you could see maybe an uptick in these types of stocks. Either way here, OPEN did pull back a little bit from highs, bit of a flat top there at 463, currently trading around 455. Just be aware, guys, he was talking, he's not talking anymore. Back to you.
It's great.
I try to tell people about Neil, but now you're realizing it. No, shout out. Thanks, Joe, for filling in for Neil as, oh, wow. Google, by the way, is like, you know, on a mission. Come on, switch over, Google. Look at that. Look at that bounce back. Will you take a look at that?
Oh, wow.
You know, you don't need them to do anything. There's the money storm right there. I do have something that says do something. So I'm going to try to find that one. Where's my do something? Man, there it is, do something. Like, what is that a picture of? You know, like, why is Fabian making this for us? Over here, a meme coming through right there. But yeah, we'll wait to see. But Google definitely 5% higher. I recently put a little bit of money to work. We talked about that last week.
Okay,
into, I think it was probably, as I said, it was about this level, 347, 348, something like that on this day down. And then it kept on going down. I was like, what have I done? But there's a nice move backside there for that. Nice move back in. Yo, what's up, the real Gary? General thoughts on how oil prices, here it is. Let me see if I can find that on our stream and then I can put it up. General right here. General thoughts on oil. By the way, man, this SpaceX.
This is going on.
Wrong one. That's going off right now to the upside. Now $7 and at day's high of 165. We wrote down that 160 break and it didn't look so good early, right? But you have to believe in it. You got to have a little bit of confidence in the ideas that you have. There it goes back up to the upside. Unfortunately, we don't have a continued contract on USO, so we can look here at the August contract. I believe that's the one that's printing the most volume now. 131 for August let me see what the July is printing. Nothing. So it is the August contract right now. So we'll go back over, unless it's September 77. No, so I was right the first time. Why am I keep guessing myself? We'll go back over to here and look at oil prices. So the question is, and maybe, you know, you too, Joe, I hear you and Sharif always talking about this as well on the show, like what's your opinion on this or that? But, you know, oil right there, you know, here it is. General thoughts on how oil prices could react as countries refill reserves, right? And so, yeah, that's the whole problem. Like, what is a strategic oil reserve? What's the current situation now in the United States? I know that they did try to drain a little bit of that. Not just did they try to drain the swamp, but they also draining the oil reserves. And I would say that as they try to fill them back up, I actually already had this talk. So thank you for that note there in the chat. You know, that's why I asked Adair, like, when did we start the war? We were down here $64 or so a barrel. We did pump all the way up over to $100. And this is, again, is just light sweet crude. So there's West Texas, there's different prices. But I feel like right now we're starting to like see a little bit of a base, right? We're not really getting too much new information. We know the Strait of Hormuz is somewhat open now. There's been some passages through there. We do know that there was a little bit of a hiccup in that ceasefire, and there's been some back and forth talk there as Palestine with Israel not really having the greatest relationships, obviously, as Israel just does not seem to want to believe in this ceasefire either. So that's going to be back and forth. But I'm wondering right about these levels, there's the gap, you know, overnight, and then the rip higher in the preceding days and months. So I'm actually looking to say, I think oil goes back up to the upside as more and more oil is needed to fill up some of these reserves. And I don't know, man, it takes a while to also refine oil from Venezuela.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
absolutely.
I like that trade. I don't think there's a recession incoming or anything like that. That's generally a problem for oil when that does happen. And by the way, what in the...
There it goes.
...is happening right now as an apple a day does not keep the doctor away because apples have sugar in them. You know what I mean, Fabian? If you have an apple every day and don't brush your teeth, that's a problem.
That is a big problem. Well, if you're not brushing your teeth, then you probably have a little bit more.
I'm trying to get, honestly, I go to my son the other day who's 14 years old entering high school.
Yeah.
And I was like, you got to make sure you're brushing your teeth every day. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, bro,
what?
Well, he is doing it. He is doing it.
Bro, what?
No, I'm not trying to
what
say
do you mean,
like,
eh?
He's like, yeah. No, he's just being funny about it. But I'm like, bro, like now, like you no longer, like all your teeth, what's up, Sia? All of your teeth are adult teeth.
Yeah.
You know, you don't brush your teeth, that's a problem.
Brother, he's not brushing them twice a day.
I know you got the nice veneers in there, right?
No, I don't have veneers.
Oh, I thought you had something with
Oh, yeah, these are fake because I get to get knocked out. The bottom three, come on, man.
I know,
hold on,
obviously it's not.
Assassino, pull up the old pictures of your boy right here. I know you got those on cue. Look at this smile. This is all real teeth. This is multiple brushes a day, consistently.
You got to
in
go
the
at least
dentist.
twice a day, at least. I don't want to bring
In
my
the
toothbrush
morning
here.
and in the evening time.
If I'm at home, I'll try to
have
do
to.
it like I'll try to do it in the midday as well. But
Where is it, Assassino? You're usually quick on the trigger there, my boy. Oh, we gotta wait for. Anyways, aside from that, like
what are we trying to show?
my old, like my real teeth. Only these three and this one are fake.
Okay.
Look at that smile.
Yeah,
Look at
you're
those
young there.
pearly
Everyone has
whites,
great teeth when
man.
you're young.
Look at those pearly whites.
More important, look at that hair.
Yeah, man, good stuff, man. Sia asked me why I took it off.
Hey man, we take it out. It's called trader life.
Yeah, exactly.
If you had kids, man, wow, it would be.
Like, why did you take it off, Joe? Well, I
nice
mean,
teeth,
it wasn't
nice teeth, over there.
That's true. Yes.
Oh, it's
Mom.
funny because I mentioned to you that I got toothpaste off Amazon.
Yeah, which is crazy to me, man. I don't know. This is the modern world, guys. We'll take a look at
all right.
the Colgate, guys, white strip.
We got to go. Are we going back to the desk
Going
over
to the
here?
desk? Netflix.
By the way, we only have 2 minutes until the imbalances.
Yeah, I was taking a look at the early ones.
Okay, we got to go back there, and then we'll come back
there.
over here and we'll talk about
Take
the
a look at
imbalances.
what's
Let's
going
go.
on, guys.
Perfect. Let's discuss a little crypto right now. So we do know what happened today. We have strategy. Sorry about that. Strategy's enterprise value has fallen below the value of its Bitcoin holdings for the first time, but shares, however, are up currently 13.8, almost inching closer to 14% on the day, set to snap its 8-day losing streak after it had announced the share repurchase program and had authorized as much as $1.25 billion in Bitcoin sales, building a liquidity cushion for the largest corporate holder of cryptocurrency. Also, BTC is currently trading around the $60,361 range, up 1.5% on the day. Sorry about that. ETH currently trading around $1,620, up almost inching closer to 4%, up 3.3% on the day. While our Solana currently trading around $76 almost and up 6.3% on the day.
I'm going to try to find these imbalances real quick.
I got them up right here if we want to pull up the old screen. Yours is a little bit bigger than mine here, though. That's not you, Joe. That's LaMelo Ball. Man, that's
yeah, LaMelo Ball just got traded, I think.
yeah, he's gone to Minnesota.
Not too long ago. Okay. Yeah, Minnesota should be good. Apparently, like, we're in the Kawhi Leonard sweepstakes pass on that one.
Why would we
the
want
trophy Kawhi, but we do not want Kawhi Leonard. But if we could trade it for Brandon Ingram, fine. But I don't think they would do that. I don't think LA would do that. All right, we are 15 seconds away. There it is. Yeah, thank you so much for that one. East meets West bestie. There, people loving those old school pictures of Joe. All right, moments away from these imbalances coming live. So we're pretty much getting out of everything. Like Apple could be a sell, could be a buy. So we don't really want to play too much of those games. We are long on SpaceX. We can see if SpaceX hits on here right now. There goes SpaceX up to, wow, 166, man. This is now $8 in the money. Like that trade you're seeing on there is real. So there it goes. Tesla with a sell. So a nice move on Tesla, downside 1.6. This is a lot of shares here. NVIDIA with a sell as well. That's starting to hit lower now. Wow, look at that, 194. Nice washout on that one. Google with a sell here, as that's Goog, though, not Google, but there goes Goog with a sell there as well. Same thing going to happen on the other one. But yeah, I'm not seeing any of my names on there. But wow, that SpaceX is really mooning. Apple must be a buy, but we got that cover down there. That was crazy. There it is, the market, 2.6 billion to sell. So yeah, man, very good day happening around here. It's been good so far. And yeah, just really glad to be here with Joe. Now, $8 in the money here.
Let's go.
We might as well just close this, I guess. How about we just put a 165 trigger out? So, I mean, I don't know what else to do. We're back here all day. This is going to be my number one trade today. Is the SpaceX, whoops, I just closed the chart. Is this, oh, there, hey, there's that hot list I was talking about before. Push that over here again. I'm going to get that chart back up. Let's go back over to Joe, and then I'll get that.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Here it is. Hopefully a nice little rebound over the next couple of days here in NVDA. We had 5 straight to the downside in that name, right? Like you're the top company by market capitalization. 5 straight down days is most definitely a look. We have about 9 minutes left here, 8 momentarily. Let's do a quick trade review, okay? So SMCI going to be our second best performer here on the day. Had that headline step in. Rate of the office is not a good thing whatsoever. So what do? We wait for this pullback in the momentum. I could have got in a lot earlier. But Gaurav, check this out, brother. We took 4 trades on this, going 4 for 4. We took, I believe, 7 on the trade, shooting 7 for 7 on today. Knock on wood, 100% accuracy. Once again, nothing crazy from a share standpoint. But let's go. $28 all the way down to $28.09. So $28.86, $28.90, we'll call it, down to $28. We re-enter that again, boom. Enter again, boom. And then finally on the 4th attempt, like think about it. I got stopped out break even on every single trade here with the small amount of my position left. Number 1, break even. Number 2, eventually back to break even. Number 3, back to break even. And even number 4, when I offload 80% of my inventory, I get out at the break even. Now, moving forward, let's take another look. Our best performer here today, Katina Man, was the NASDAQ, the TQQQs here. Blicky, not the, I don't know what you said I called them, but it's the TQQQs. You said something else. I'm like, what? Huh? But anyways, we're patient. We wait for a couple of things. I thought the narrative of today's session was going to be, all right, we're tanky. You get the pullback back towards the volume weighted average price, and then you make that second leg lower. Now, that wasn't the narrative whatsoever. We're fortunate enough to sit in this position, 71.89, and our final out was at 76.36 on the TQQQs, as that name is up 6%. Now, something that we were involved with right out of the gate being NVDA via NVDL. This is split 3-to-1, so don't forget it was over $100. Now it's south of $30. I mentioned we start small on our initial position right here. We get that uptick, but what happens here? We reject some pre-market levels, and then we come back in, but we hold the lower end of the range. That gave me the green light to go, and boom, our opportunity to add a little bit more shares to our position sends us off towards roughly, I mean, that's pretty close to the high of the day. It is the high of the day right here where we get stopped out a small fraction of our position right here. So almost every trade that I was in here today came back, but I just got out right at the break even. And you can see on multiple occasions, it's gone against me, but we were out of the position. So we were thankful to be not involved in something along those lines. Because if I held what I had here all the way down to 27, you could just eliminate everything that we gained from this specific level right here. So not too bad of an intraday session. I told you AMDL was just a little bit of a fluke, but look at the run that this thing went on. I'm surprised by the spread. When I remember when I first punched into this trade, I'm like, what am I doing? This has like a 20-cent spread. I don't want to be involved in this. But from 67.40, we take it out at 68, so 60 cents right there. But then it proceeds to climb all the way up to $72 and a quarter. So nice move up 3% is AMD here today.
All right, man, so we're just going to end that trade. There it is, breaking through 165. I mean, you know, the trade that just kept on going upside there is SpaceX. So far, so good on that. And then Apple, we've covered, oh, God, come on, chart load. We've covered a bunch of Apple. We just got an 80 fill down there. We got a bunch here at 81, so it's trying to go upside. So let's just put an end to that trade right there. We'll punch out at the O's. Wow, okay, Apple just cracked lower there at 55 as we just reversed in. We just punched out of the last of it. Wow, there goes Apple downside, huge right there. But we still got Palantir on, and that's going lower. Wow, look at Palantir here. The market going upside, but some of these names have cracked a little lower right now. So there goes Palantir. I mean, these have been, we just got some 85s out there on PLTR. So that's exactly, oh, we went long actually. We got stopped out. Too many shares out. There we go. Now we're flat on that one. So that's about $1 there on that. And then the Apple trade, that was $1, you know, downside on Apple. So just if we're talking about some trade reviews, lost, come on, chart. Lost on Intel real quick there, made on Palantir. Traded a little bit of NVIDIA today. I can't even, we're down like a cup of coffee on this one. Yeah, so upside worked out for a minute, then it broke, so we're out on that. Triple Qs, we traded a little bit. I think it was a very similar story. Yeah, up until it didn't work and out and left it alone. Should have re-entered that one. The TQs have been actually quite nice. And then, of course, our SpaceX trade. So, yeah, well positive today and a pretty good day overall in the market. And we'll just go home. And I got to pick up my one son is downtown right now.
Oh, so what's he doing?
I don't know. Even I think it was at the U of T library doing some stuff.
Okay,
it's
cool.
my 24-year-old, so he's doing that, getting ready to hopefully sign a deal. So we'll see if that can happen for him. I'm really hopeful of that. And you know, the faster he gets a job, the faster he gets out of the house. You know, he's only been there. He's only been there a couple weeks.
Can I say? Listen, I'm not a parent. Or you want him out already? That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
You should. Honestly, man, I'm not. Listen, I know you got the kids, but listen. In my opinion, if I could go back in time, even though I did do a stint, I would stay home. I would.
No, I don't.
I would convince my kid to stay home, save as much money.
Yes,
Like we're gonna make a plan for you.
Right.
And then by the time that you're 27, 28 years old, I was 27 when I purchased my first condo. I would be like, hey, this is the game plan. We're gonna invest in the market for you, which I'm sure you're doing, but you're gonna save your money to the point where you can move out and you're not gonna be paying someone else's mortgage. You can pay your own, and we'll set you up with the house and everything. I don't know. That's just me. That's my game plan.
Well, that's
like,
good.
hey,
I mean, I think
stay at home until you're 27, 28 years old, but in that period of when you're staying home, you have to be saving money.
Yeah. So I'm going to kick him out once he has acquired enough money to pay first and last. Rent.
Man, that's crazy.
He wants to move out.
Does he?
Yeah, he wants to move out.
Yeah, I guess I moved out when
He's welcome to stay as long as he.
I moved out when I was in my early 20s.
Yeah, I moved out. I got a job here. I moved out a couple months
21.
after.
What's up, Adara?
Left the province at 17.
Yeah, there you go. See what I'm
He
saying?
left the province at 17.
Yeah. So,
Absolutely.
no, he went away. He went away. He's lived on his own now for 5-6 years. Like he went away to Waterloo.
Yeah, exactly.
All
right?
that
He's
kind
used
of time.
to it. So like,
and I have the kids at home too, right? So it's a little bit of back and forth with everything happening at our house. It's very busy times, but no, he's welcome to stay as long as he wants. But I mean, he's looking to get that place, move downtown.
Absolutely, man. It's fun too. It's exciting, right? Like I remember when we were first out of school, I moved out for a couple of years, and then where I really honed in the most amount of cash is when I was like 22, I think at the time. I went home for a year, and it was just like everything was just bang, 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 bang. Which put you in some pretty solid position.
So no, he's all good, and I mean, and now especially, I mean, he's in the AI space. So I'm hoping that he does get a job that's somewhat good for him, and he will be able to save, and hopefully he does make a little more than his rent, and he's able to save himself. But he wants to move out too. Right?
Yeah. I mean, if you can find a roommate and stuff like that, find a buddy to.
Yeah. They've already got a whole bunch of guys talking. There's a place in the beaches that they're looking at.
Cool,
a few of them.
Cool.
So he's trying to do big things, and I'm very proud of him. So
I mean, the more people, the better, because you're paying less.
Last chance to get into NVIDIA before two bills, eh? Says on the rail. Okay. I mean, I think Joe and I are both dug into NVIDIA.
Yeah.
So I've been long this name for many, many years. And I like the stock, and I don't want to dump it, but it is not behaving well off the daily chart.
No.
It's had those highs. It's just been getting kicked all the way down here into the 200 period. And just like we said with Amazon, right? I mean, I was talking about Amazon this morning, and I said this is one of the Mag 7s that I like the most, and it's down at that 200 period and now just busted through it today. So there you go. So that was a nice move back for Amazon. So I do think that all these names definitely have a space in the portfolio, and take them as you see them. And I think there's a lot of opportunity right now. And I even talked about the MAGS ETF. This is your Round Hill Mag 7. Every single one of those names is divided by 7, so giving you 16% exposure to each of those names. And so that's the MAGS. So that one also at the 200 period moving average and trying to get going there on MAGS. The closing bell brought to you by VinFast. So go check them out. The global intelligent mobility company, VinFast, doing big things. We talk about that all the time. Symbol VFS, another one of those EV names. We want to thank them for sponsoring once again the closing bell. So thank you to VinFast for all of that. Thank you to Joe. He's going to be back with me tomorrow if he's
and
not.
the next day.
And the next day, but not Friday.
Not Friday.
No.
Are you showing up on Friday?
Yeah, of course. No, Friday we have off. Friday's going to be July the 4th. So, well, it's not July the 4th, but it's the holiday. Canada Day, Wednesday. So, I don't know if anybody's taking any holidays around here for Canada Day, but that's on Wednesday. So that's the,
Sharif got half day Wednesday, doesn't he? I thought that's what I thought.
He's traveling, right?
Yeah,
so I don't know when Egypt plays, but he's been pretty lucky because he wants to go to he wants to go to Canadian game, which is also in Texas. That's in Houston. And he gets to go to Egypt, which is also down there. So he's going to try to check both games, and I think that should be a lot of fun for him. And I think that's the big thing about this World Cup being here in North America. It is literally like a bucket list for everybody.
It is. It's pretty cool,
because like my neighborhood is just filled with Portuguese.
Crazy.
Like I cannot walk outside without, and they're playing here now.
Yeah.
So that's insane. If my boys Italy even qualified, they would have played first game here against Canada.
No way.
And that would have been
it would have shut the city
insane.
down.
Yeah, but I think this is going to shut the city down.
It's going to shut the city down.
Because Croatia has a huge following.
Yep.
In Ontario, in Southern Ontario. Portugal is
and it's on a Thursday.
I think that there's a good chance, and I don't know in the States where there's a lot of Portuguese, but I think that Toronto just like, because Toronto is, I think, the third largest outside of New York, Boston, and then it's Toronto.
Yeah.
For the largest Italians outside of Italy.
Okay.
And I think that in Portuguese, I think
it's up there.
Toronto might be like the top 2 or 3 as well.
It definitely is, because I grew up in, I remember I played hockey in Bradford, Ontario. Like, that was little Portugal.
Oh, really?
Like,
as
Bradford,
well?
Yeah,
Okay.
Bradford is like little Portugal, literally. So.
Like tickets, and we'll show this tomorrow, and you and I will talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll, you know, I'm still trying to get FanDuel to sponsor us, but we'll show up FanDuel
come
odds
on,
tomorrow.
FanDuel.
Or if anybody knows any sort of an online, you know, wants us, I'm showing. Hey, look, I thought we could have a segment like our play of the day.
Okay.
Like when I used to do the late night show there, the after show, every Monday night I would give a football play. Every Thursday night I would give a football play.
Okay.
You know, like over, under, whatever, team totals, things like that. I think that would be really cool if we gave like a degenerate gambling play of the day, sponsored by Draft.
Yeah, exactly. Sponsor you. Okay, I'll cover UFC and combat.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's lots of opportunities to do that.
There's opportunity everywhere.
But anyways, yeah, we'll check that out tomorrow. But I was going to say it's over $3,000 right now, the average price for a ticket for that game, which I actually think is quite low because I mean, it's expensive. I'm not trying to pay that. But I was looking elsewhere. Those are the prices everywhere right now.
Man.
These World Cup tickets are going insane.
It ain't
Although
cheap.
yesterday's Canada-South Africa game, you could have just gotten in the building for like $300 or $400 because the South Koreans dumped all of their tickets like crazy. Yesterday's Canada game?
Where it was in?
It's in LA.
Yeah, in LA.
Yeah, 'cause it's like 80 or 90,000 people there, and the South Koreans got eliminated, which they were not supposed to. They were not supposed to make it, and there's not as much South African or Canadian contingent as there was for South Korea.
Fair.
You know, South Korea actually announced today, their government, I saw on Instagram, I was scrolling through it, that they're going to have like a national look at why they didn't advance to the next round. Man, people take this football.
It's serious. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, tomorrow's another day. It should be a good one. We want to thank Sia in the back. We want to thank Adara as well. We want to thank the one and only as well. He was here today, so shout out to one.
Tiffany
that came through. Tiffany and everybody.
Assassino,
Ramin and Fabian. Brendan a little bit as well. We want to say a big shout out to Andre back over there. The people want more Brendan, but he's behind the scenes. So I want to say that Brendan's here doing everything, helping. With the Brendan goat there. The thing is, Adara is just amazing at the desk.
Yeah, of course.
So we're definitely not moving Adara off the desk as Brendan works. And as we've announced this a couple of times, that's why one's here. You know, we're going to be working on hopefully soon to come, I don't know when there's an ETA on this, but an after show coming through.
Yeah.
Plus we're working on KL, Kuala Lumpur office as well. So Brendan in the background doing big things right now. So we're very, very excited for what's to come here on Trader TV Live. So awesome time here today. Joe's back with me tomorrow. Thank you, Joe, for that one. Thank you to Sharif. We almost didn't say thank you to Sharif.
Oh yeah, how could we forget? That's crazy.
I'm gonna get in trouble for that one. What's the big news story tomorrow? I don't know, but we will find out there tomorrow morning. Join all of us live back at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you had a good time. And we're back tomorrow, 8 a.m. bright and early. Mad love.